after like 3 weeks, you realize they're all at fucking home.
Well,
Hi!
The fucking swan of Satan finally passed the fuck
so,
out.
Lambos
You and I
something for you.
are on the same page.
Could have what?
Lambo said something to you.
You kept saying, Mommy, I gotta go
To me?
potty. Mommy,
Oh, yeah.
I'm thirsty.
Mine tries to play that game, but I will immediately, I'm like, okay, let's go potty. We'll go. I'm thirsty. I'll give him a drink of water, okay? And then 5 minutes later.
I gotta go potty again.
But no, you fucking don't. Lay your ass down.
I know the routine too.
But then again, mine at night is still in a pull-up, so I can just honestly, if it comes down to it, I'll be like, no, you win. Deal with it.
Mine is not, so I can't.
Mine, we're working on potty training, and he's doing pretty good during the day, but even during naps, he is staying kind of dry, but we're just not quite to the wearing underwear at night yet.
Do you know how to do that? How I did that with Louis is that ever since I wanted to potty train him quick, I woke up throughout the night, woke him up, made him go potty, and then sent him back to bed, then I went back to bed.
Well,
I did that for like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and he was potty trained for day and night.
well, for me, it's not so much, well, we're still having an issue where he fucking poops in his underwear, which is pissing me off.
Yeah, that was kind
But
of an
that's just more him. I don't know why or what's going on with it, but well, if he moves his bag, you can just set it right there. We are playing.
There's that thing. The extension part.
I'm doing what I do. Not chilling. Oh yeah.
No phones at the table. No. Although I do like that rule.
Yeah.
I kind of need my phone at the table because my phone's right
Big
near
old fuzzy pink unicorn.
I'd wear it.
It's not even a suit.
I know.
Where what? What?
It's a
That-
giant fuzzy pink unicorn.
That big unicorn we saw at Costco.
No.
Okay.
Or not Costco. It sounds close.
Honestly, I'll just let you get set up. I have a couple questions I want to ask you.
Okay. I gotta get my computer charged because my computer's gonna die.
He lies.
Yes, I do.
Load of flies.
Honestly, I just imagine we're gonna get to a point where I'm assuming you've all seen Hannibal.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I'm assuming we're all eventually there's gonna be a fucking villain where you walk in and he's just like in a jail cell as some Machiavellian evil guy who's in a jail cell and
You
just
can't
like,
ask while I'm setting
so
up.
you came to me.
What do you want to ask?
Whatever that fucking lip thing he does. You need your character sheet for one of them, but the other thing,
Which character sheet?
yours.
I have 6.
Yours.
The one you are playing in this campaign,
That should not even be a question.
unless you are saying you want to change, like right now.
No, 'cause I'm not even sure how I want to run the others yet. I'm still thinking about that.
Also, at the end of this, I know he has to leave, but I know everyone is leaning towards trying to start an evil campaign, maybe for the next one, since y'all motherfuckers are evil. There are a little more rules we're gonna have to talk about to prevent it from devolving into some bullshit.
True.
But anyways,
Well, there's my character sheet if you need
well,
it.
I wanted to know how much XP you had.
2003.
Cool. Whatever. Probably at the end of tonight, whoever has the most reasonable, whoever has a more reasonable number, I'm probably just gonna equalize everyone out.
6,000.
No, because you'd be level 5 or 6. What would you say
21. Wait,
you
how much
want
did you
out
have?
of a primary weapon or something like that? What do you want better on your character? I'm trying to figure out
21,
magic
23.
items for everyone.
Okay, I just realized my 1 looked like a 2. It's
Do you want
2165. So we're actually really close.
better attacks? Do you want a magical weapon that helps you with your spells? Do you want a melee weapon? Do you want something that is worn that helps you in some other way? A little more protection? They both fucking want weapons.
Well, that's a given.
I'm a creature of the 5, so I don't really need anything special other than what I get.
You can think about it. We're not. I doubt everyone's gonna get one. By the end, I want everyone to have at least one.
Yeah, that's something I'll have to think about.
It can't be broken. Tober's is an axe of fucking wood carving. He could basically take a single swing at a tree and it fucking falls because legendary axe of wood carving.
Yeah.
Which I love the fact that he is
The
fucking
warden.
Grove Warden of Tree Smiting.
Spring Warden.
Yes, but I
I
like
wrote it
Grove
down.
Warden better.
Hobos.
Do I need to Skype with Sniggle right now?
I have no fucking idea. He doesn't talk to me.
Well,
He's probably still at work for at least another hour.
He did say he'd be on for D&D because he went in early.
Oh, so maybe someone should check in with him.
Yeah. So since I'm the one that has to Skype him.
We've been waiting on you. So,
Well,
yeah.
sorry, our child decided to be the
I
fucking
know.
spawn of Satan.
I'd still like to go to the blacksmith and sell some wares.
So I'll say, oh, actually, you didn't add, for yourself, you probably weren't even listening, but everyone,
10 gold?
because,
Yeah, I was listening.
you get 10 gold. Because there was no treasure on those orcs, but I kind of railroaded everyone back because we were trying to end, and I was fucking tired. But, yeah, just give yourself 10 gold. I was just like, fuck it. Everyone gets 10 gold for killing all the orcs.
Okay.
So I will say that you guys awake the next day. You guys got back pretty late. I'll say it's 10 o'clock in the morning. You have been moved. You are now sharing a room with your servants.
Tubber can.
And your the room you were in just has a couple wooden planks, just like two to block entrance. You can still very clearly see what's going on, just nailed, like this room is closed.
Wonder what happened there.
And
Shit,
I haven't even gotten a reply back from him yet.
and so you guys awake, you already wake up and your servants are like doing servant things.
Servant things.
I'm getting to it.
Getting me dressed.
Masturbating.
The older guy is setting out your clothes for the day. You know what? I'm getting real fucking pissed at my lack of preparedness.
The girl's polishing your.
Do you have like a no?
I forgot my face.
Have like a
I'll just
sentences.
sentences. Do you have like a post-it note?
No.
Anything?
Oh, what?
Posty.
Fuck it.
Here.
Dude, I have a book right here. I'm just gonna take a single sheet because. Okay.
Oh, I do have this.
That would have been helpful. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is a fucking fountain pen, which the ink is dry, so I can't use it, and I'm not gonna fuck with it for the next 30 minutes. Pencil. What?
What the fuck is a fountain pen?
I don't know what a fountain pen is.
What?
I have like
I'm not classy, bitch.
I have a whole fucking set in my car, dude.
Oh, that's one of the. Okay.
Fancy
Yeah.
pen.
Gotcha.
But the ink is fucking dried out in this thing, and I've got a better high quality set in my car, but they're a bitch.
Do I look like I'm high society classy to you?
You still know what it is.
What is... Okay, give me their fucking names, because I don't want to keep saying your older manservant. Like,
Jacob is the eldest. Harbor is the younger male, and then Leslie is the elf.
She's in my
Female.
room.
no You know what?
Leslie, could
We can work towards that, but you would need a real high fucking persuasion
How
or
about
charisma
this?
check at the end of a night. Not
She
tonight.
shares a room with the other girl that's in the group.
Well, he bought his servants their own room when we got into town, and now he's staying in their room because fucking dumb shit.
Yeah, he blew up the freaking room.
Which you still have no idea how these two instances have happened.
I didn't blow it up.
So everyone, it's
That's
about
what
10
it
o'clock
was.
in the morning. You're surprised they didn't wake you earlier. You wake up and Jacob's, just getting your clothes ready for the day. Off in the corner, like you've got a little like armor stand that he's hanging like shirts and stuff on, getting butlery things. Harbor is just fucking sitting like he's just like reading a book, whatever.
Extra guy.
And you don't see Leslie. She's just not in the room. And you awake, and you're just in your room, and I don't know where you're at. I was gonna say you wake up drunk on the barroom floor, but I really don't know your character that well, so we'll just say you're in your room.
Do I look like a little short bearded little bastard?
Well, if you were a bard, I would open every single day with awakens drunkenly on
So-
the floor.
Where's Tober then?
In his room, because I forgot.
He didn't have a room.
You
didn't
shared
buy
a
a
room
room?
with him.
Oh, he was sharing your room?
How did you miss that?
That is... Dude, I'm tracking a lot of shit!
Now who needs the notebook? Anyways.
We do have a spare one if you need it. Okay then. Use it.
He knows that I'm just ruffling his feathers.
You know what? That room of yours is crowded. There is literally 2 beds in that room. And 5 people.
Yeah.
So, Sober's on the floor.
Or in a chair, drunk.
Yeah, that was
What would you all like to do? Currently, you are all in your room in the inn. In your separate rooms.
Well, to go sell this chainmail, yeah. I cannot be wearing my armor, so I'm gonna have to go out in my fancy clothes.
I would say if you really wanted your armor in town, you could wear it and just have your servant. Like, carrying some of your shit is something that they would be able to do. But do you really need your armor in town? That's something for you to decide.
So, Robin.
Yeah, no. No, I'll just wear my regular clothes. I'm getting my...
Are you just carrying it, or,
Yeah.
or are they coming with you?
I'll bring Harbor with me.
Alright.
Since he's just sitting around.
I'm gonna tail him.
He just he is not the, like, he's not Jacob, like, just very straight back. Like, you've seen Overlord, right?
Yes.
You haven't?
What?
He hasn't seen Overlord.
Yeah, no, he doesn't watch a lot of anime.
Oh my god, I hate you.
I have.
That Okay, you have both seen Overlord.
I'm trying to
You know, what's his name? Sebas or whatever? Yeah, that dude.
Severus?
No, Sebas. Sebas.
Severus.
Seabass.
Whatever. He's basically a guardian of their floor, but he's he's very butlery. He's like old man, gray beard, very to the point, very courteous, gentlemanly. Yeah, that's Jacob. Like, Harbor's just... Yeah, and like, he doesn't give a shit about your title. He serves you, but he is not there to kiss your ass.
Old?
What?
Who? Who the fuck is old? Graybeard? What?
His elderly
Okay.
manservant. Anyway, so he closes the book, and he just leaves it on the table and follows you. He's got like a small dagger on him, but it's one of those like practical things he wears, but he's not exactly a fighter, and he's just wearing like a kind of like a little bit of a ruffled shirt and just some pants and some shoes. Like, yeah, he's just chilling. He follows you down the stairs and out. Are you guys all just like sitting in your rooms?
I told you, I was tailing him.
All right. Are you just like actively following, or are you trying to stealthily tail him?
I don't care.
I need an answer.
Well,
it's your character.
That's on you.
What am
What
I
are
gonna
you
do?
trying
Sneak
to
up
do?
behind him and hit him with another
Dude,
beer
it's
bong?
your character.
You did take my sword.
I'm here to bind the rules. You're here to play your character.
Every time I try these things, I lose unless it's a stealth roll.
Well, if you
I'm
try to stealth
asking
me.
what you want to do.
Oh, fine then. I'll hide in the crowds. 11 plus 18, 19, 20.
Okay. You're carrying armor, so give me a perception with disadvantage. You're carrying a big ass set of armor. Yeah. No. You go downstairs. Harbor's following you. As you're walking out, the kind of we'll just politely say chubby innkeeper is sitting there, and she's going over a ledger behind the bar, and she's just like flipping pages, and you can see one eye is on you as you're walking out. This lady is not gonna let you leave town without fixing that room, but she's kind enough that she's not gonna be on you about it at every turn. Like, but she is not letting you leave. You slip out of your room and just see those two leaving, him and his servant, and you just, pull your collar up just a little bit and blend in. There's a few other guests at the inn. When you get down to the main floor, there's a couple guys at the bar. It is 10 a.m., but hey, every city's got drunks. Are you still in your room?
I'll probably just hang out at the bar and try picking up some information about the Goblin Castle.
Alright,
So eavesdropping on conversations.
we'll say you come down from your room. As far as you know, they're either in their rooms or gone. You get down to the bar, and with your armor, you didn't see it, but you see off in the corner, just talking to a random bystander, is Leslie, his lady servant who you guys rescued from the orcs.
Jesus. Throwing shit.
And we're disconnected! Ah!
That one wasn't connected.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
That was the map.
She has a little. She's got a bandage on because she did get a little cut on her, but she's dealing with it. She is also halfway through a very large tankard of ale. Like, she's coping. And you take a seat and just kind of listen. You guys walk outside. You cross the street. Town square is a little busier. You see townspeople walking around. Give me a perception check. With disadvantage because you're carrying armor.
That would be a 6.
Demi-Urge? Is that who you were thinking of?
No.
Because Albedo is the girl.
I know. I was referring to...
I noticed that out here.
And no.
This dude.
Oh, I keep forgetting about him. Yeah, he's in charge of the housemaid girls.
Oh, okay. I actually do know who that is.
He is also ridiculously strong. Like, he used his fist to demolish some gangster's head. But the entire time, he's, like, very butlery about it. Like, I
Very
imagine
proper.
that's your guy, but, you know, not superpower.
Yeah.
So, you just walk across the street. Town square is just picking up. It's, you know, getting to be lunchtime soon. The blacksmith is... You don't see him outside, but you see a couple of his apprentices just, you know, cleaning up, brushing things off, doing some metal work, you know, odd jobs.
Well, I'm here. Yeah, I guess I'll talk to one of them, one of the apprentices.
As you walk up from the inn, the closest one, you don't recall his name, having never dealt with him. Blacksmith said a few of their names once, but again, you weren't listening.
And they were kind of...
Oh yeah, they were like, fuck, rush order. Okay, I mean, these guys are like 10 and like 14. It's blacksmith. You start young.
Yeah.
The 14-year-old, he's like hammering out like it looks like a hammer, just like making a new hammer. Does just odd jobs. And he just looks up. Yes.
I'm here to sell some armor. Where's your master?
Go around the front door. He's inside.
Thank you.
And he just goes back to him. So you go kind of like around the side of the building, and there's a main entrance, and you walk in. There's a little ding, and there's a counter with a kind of short woman. You've never seen her before. And the blacksmith is just coming downstairs or something, and it looks like he's got a couple like purses of coins. Seems to be a day for bookkeeping in this town. Like, everyone's just getting their stuff out of the way early and making sure all their shit's working. And he's just coming down. Oh, hey, how's that armor treating you?
It's great.
And it was kind of a rush order. If anything comes loose or just bring it back, we'll fix it.
Well, it lasted through some orcs, so seems to be working fine.
I'll take it. What can I do for you?
Trying to sell my old armor. Chainmail.
He kind of just brushes that bug off of his counter. It's like, just set it up on the table, and he comes over and he puts the coins like under a back table. I mean, still prudent. He's not going to get robbed.
Yeah.
What was it again?
Chainmail.
Chainmail. It's still in relatively good condition. Does need some minor upkeep. He's looking it over. I'll give you 50 for it.
I don't know. This was a family heirloom. It's still got the
Chainmail.
crust on it.
Then why are you selling it?
Because I don't need it anymore.
You're giving away a family heirloom because you just
I'm not
don't want to
giving it
carry
away.
it.
I'm trying to sell it.
Well, we're a small town. It's chainmail. Nice crest included, but it is just chainmail. Generally, it costs 75 gold to make one of these. Maybe another 10 for this crest on it. And yours is used.
Only slightly.
I'll give you 60, but that's as high as I'm going. I gotta resell this, and it's not new. Or I gotta melt it down into something.
But you're such an amazing blacksmith. I'm sure you could make it like new. Trying to persuade here.
Roll.
Don't bother me. 12. 18.
He has no stats, so I'm just gonna go with flat dice rolls here. He's listening. He rolled the same thing you did.
Really?
He rolled an 18 on the dice, so I'll say he's listening, but he is not just gonna give you what you want. He's still open to it. He's not shutting down the negotiation.
Yes.
How about 65?
Says he's leaving work in 50
You know
minutes.
what? It's in good condition. If I can't resell it, I can always melt it down into something and make it new. Sure. And he's like, "Hey, woman, go put that in the back." And she just kind of looks at him. He's like, "Do it yourself." You get the idea. This is his wife, and they've been married for some time. They run this business together. He just picks up the armor and he's like, "Oh, all right." You, having most likely not entered the shop, I'll just say you're like by the door peeking in. Like, why are you following them? Or are you just like, "I'm gonna be a rogue today"?
Just keeping an eye out.
You can't hear what's going on, but it looks like he's selling some old armor now that he's got his squint mail.
I'm more of just keeping an eye out in case red bands come through.
Give me a perception check.
16.
There's quite a few people, but you don't see anything stands out. You are still at the bar. Are you like at the bar, or are you just like sitting in the room? Or
It's probably sitting around listening to everybody's conversations.
being that it's pretty early, there's only like 3 other people.
A couple patrons.
Two of them are getting pretty sauced. The other one is his servant, and then the barkeep lady who's just wrapping up, trying to do some bookkeeping, ledger stuff, and she walks over and she's like, "Is there anything you need? Drink, or is there anything your room needs?"
Not right now.
Okay, well, come get me if you need anything.
Okay.
And she goes back to doing stuff. There's really not anyone here that's going to have that kind of information, and 2 of them are getting pretty drunk early in the day. Probably not doing too good. Were you done with the blacksmith?
Yep, and on my way up, harbor. Don't tell Dad.
He just goes, "What was that?"
Nope.
"Oh, they are gonna kill you."
I'm hard up for cash.
Oh,
I have to pay for the inn.
are you ordering me not to tell them?
Might as well.
I hate ordering you, and you know it.
You're gonna have to.
He
otherwise
very
he's just gonna write
mockingly
it
is just
that
like,
way.
he in a very jokingly, like, trying to be your friend, but also mocking the shit out of you. It's just like, "But I live to serve."
Shut up.
Fine. I won't tell them, but if I'm asked, I serve the family.
You're shut of luck there.
And he walks out with you.
Feeling very sheepish. Come
You just walk out like your head down, just
on. Yeah.
trying. Even though no one here would know you, you're just like,
Yeah. There's only 3 people that do, and I'm still.
alright. So,
was that your insignia you just sold?
as you walk out, he is standing like to the left of the door, and he's just like, "Why'd you just sell that?" And you're just like, "What?"
Surprise!
You know nothing!
Harbor's like, he's been following us since the end. Yeah, he probably saw all that.
Sorry to say, my mouth does not get closed for cheap.
Good thing you don't know me.
Alright, so what would you guys like to do?
On the other hand, I don't know you. Fuck. Headed back to the inn.
Right.
Or at
So
least I am.
You and Harbor walk back into the inn, and as you walk in, now that you're not carrying a full suit of armor, you see off at the end of the bar, Leslie, who her drink is empty. She has a glass of water now, and she's talking to the bar and inn owner. She's just not looking at the door, so she didn't see you enter. You staying out, or are you following them back?
I got nothing else to do around town.
Mm.
There's no way I can go and buy potions from that one bitch. She don't have any.
So, you guys all enter the bar, and you see you sitting there just listening to two drunk people do absolutely nothing.
Ah.
And, Leslie's over at the bar. You are all at the common room of the inn.
Okay.
I like to buy a beer.
You walk up and she's like, "What can I get for you?"
A beer. Pint.
"Sure." And she just, this lady's been doing this for years. She just, "That'd be 2 copper."
Okay. Hey, buddy. Here's a pint.
Why? You're clearly the shadiest one here, hanging outside of a blacksmith for no reason.
Hey, you did something good. You sold your insignia.
Creepy.
Being that it's not a very long bar and Leslie is at the end, she just goes, "You what?"
I'm just sitting there busting out laughing.
It's at this moment that Leslie walks up and starts berating you. This elven woman just, talking to you like you're a petulant 5-year-old. "Do you know how long that armor has been in this family? Do you know how many times we've had to polish that armor?"
Barkeep. 4 more.
She eight more copper, and she slides 4 drinks down to you. real quick.
Barkeep
Here's 2,
popcorn.
buddy.
Popcorn.
What? What's that? Some peanuts or something gets brought out.
Double fisting.
So, what are we doing next?
Goblins!
Where, dumbass?
I say we seek the village for information on the goblins. That might be a good lead.
Doubt anybody around this town knows where the goblins are.
How would you know?
Didn't you find a friend?
Oh yeah, there was that one guy in the shack, huh?
Exactly.
That wasn't in this town!
It was far to the north.
True.
That was where we killed the dragon!
He's the one that told us where the dragon was.
You guys want to go see him?
Yeah, why
Oh, that's like a day and a half.
I'll go run out there.
No, you're talking like a full day just to get there, and another full day to get back. It's a distance.
Yeah, we got there, made camp, and then... Yeah. It was out there.
Fuck.
And thankfully Tober's not here, because we're not hunting down the last, 6 ash
Yeah,
zombies. For crying
like
out
I said
loud.
last time, if he's not here, I'm not going to have you play his character. We'll just assume he showed up when he gets here.
He's still drunk in my retainer's room, sitting...
I'll go put
In the
the
chair.
2 extra pints right next to it.
You walk upstairs. Bartender's like, "What are you doing?" You know what? I'm just not going to ask. She just goes back to polishing glasses.
Especially
And
since he's the one that scared the fuck out of her.
You
She
go
doesn't know
up,
that.
You go upstairs. Oh yeah, she was just so fucking pissing herself scared. She didn't even.
Oh yeah,
look.
because you were dressed up.
And
Yeah.
In
You
the
go
red
up,
cloak.
you walk into the room, and Jacob, his like elderly butler, is just like, "Excuse me."
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just giving these to the dwarf.
You walk in, and there is a passed out dwarf, still in full armor, off in a corner, and you could see that Jacob's been cleaning around him, but he's kind of in the way, and Jacob is too experienced to show any real annoyance, but he's probably kind of annoyed that he's there. You just set 2 full pints right next to him and walk out.
You're doing a good job. Bye.
From the hallway, you hear, and like you can tell he doesn't give a shit what you think of his work. He's just doing his job.
Last time I pay you a compliment.
Anyway, so is that where you're heading?
I guess so, since
Yep,
it's the
might
only
as
thing
well.
we have.
All right. So I'll say you guys. I'm assuming you're getting your armor on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So everyone gets ready and gets all their stuff and weapons and whatnot, and
I'm always ready.
I mean, you have light armor,
packing
so
Trojans in this bitch. I'll say that you guys spend. You head north out of the town. You get to the trail. Begin to head west. Getting back to the main road. You start heading kind of back towards Neverwinter, but before you get there, you do angle in kind of into the woods. It does take a full day to get where we're heading. And you guys arrive at Thunder Tree, which is the kind of abandoned town where the dragon was.
I remember where his shack is, so I'm gonna go there and start pounding on his goddamn door.
Yeah, I'm not going to draw the whole fucking town again.
yeah. That's fine.
So you walk in, you pass several houses, but you do see one that's a little more fortified, and you go straight up to it, and you're just, or do you knock, or what?
I'm gonna pound on it.
All right, you walk up, and you're just,
Old man, good question.
oh
Do you
joy,
happen-
you again.
Yes, me. You know where the goblins are, sir?
Hi. I mean,
The goblin castle, or whatever it is.
That's a castle.
Strongholds.
Stronghold, yeah.
no, it's good.
Okay.
That's a castle.
Ha!
You know what? You killed the dragon, and there is a castle. It is on the southern end of the forest. That forest right there. Like, right outside the town, there's a huge ass fucking forest that goes for miles. It's like, so, the southern edge of that forest, about 2 or 3 miles in, and the castle's there.
Another
Pretty
bizarre,
sure that's the castle you're looking for. I mean, there's not many castles in this part of the coast.
bizarre question, old timer. Got any potions?
I mean, I could probably find some.
That I can buy off you?
Oh, well, if you're going to buy them, I thought you were just fucking asking for them. If you're going to buy them, well then, yes, I'm sure we could come to an agreement. He, at that moment, he just, like, he closes the little flap, and then you just hear a loud of, like, a brace bar being moved, and then he opens it up, and as you walk in.
Sure.
So as you walk in, it's a house he's living in for probably the last several months as he does some, whatever work he does. You can tell this wasn't his, but he took it. And there's a freaking futon, there's a coffee table, there's a kitchen. He walks over to the kitchen, and he's just talking, and he's an elderly druid. The entire time he's just like going on about shit you could give a shit less about. He's going on about nature and other shit going on, and you are just not paying attention. And he comes back from the kitchen, and he's like, I mean, I guess I could spare these 2, and he holds up 2 potions, and I am actually going to check the price because I don't want to just keep making up fucking...
It's 50 gold for a potion of healing.
Oh, for him.
Weapon...
I'm just kidding. Don't be angry.
I just want to know where it is in case I need it. Son of a bitch.
Hey.
So
Okay.
Armor
Uh,
thing and you sleeping in yours.
110 gold. I'll give it to you. 2 potions.
110 gold for 2? Seems a little steep, old timer.
Well, you keep calling me old timer.
Well,
That's
I
fair.
mean, you are kind of old. You are out here in the middle of nowhere.
I'll be 120.
It's young for a druid. Not that I'm there.
You know, it's
Actually, you are.
not
Like,
just for me.
I'm
It's
outside.
for the party. Correct, sir?
Keeping watch.
you're the one talking to me.
I know.
I don't care what you guys use them for once you buy them. You can
You've already seen what we had to go through with the dragon.
fine 100.
No, that's a little bit.
Alright, minus 100. You now have 2. What is it? Minor healing potions or whatever the fuck they are. The smallest one, the 1d4, whatever the fuck.
Lesser potions of healing.
The
I
1d4
swore it was
plus 2.
on the DM screen, but I'm just not saying
It's
it.
a 1d4 plus 2.
Thank you. That's weird. It's not on here.
Yeah, it's lesser. I only know that because that's one
Hey,
thing
you
that
got a
get
really
from
good
stuff.
deal. You got a really good deal on beer. I'm looking at this table and it's like ale, a mug is 4 copper. I'm like, damn, you got half price.
Probably because she's looking at me for the money.
Actually, it's because I didn't fucking see it. I'm making up prices. So you pay him and he just quickly, like, you don't even see, like, you're used to quick hands, but he's just, money's gone. And then he hands you 2 potions. They look kind of homemade. Like, they're not like store pristine. They're makeshift, but they are healing potions from what you can tell.
Congratulations, old man. You know how to make your own tiny potions.
Is there anything else?
Yeah.
Would you like to insult the rest of my house?
No, I was actually saying that under my breath.
Oh, okay, well you didn't say that, so I assume you said that. We'll say he didn't hear. He's like, anything else?
Guys, do you guys need anything from this gentleman?
From the kitchen, he's just like, nice save.
Is there anything worth of value since he's probably not paying attention to me right now?
There is
At the door.
You're in the living room. He's actually in the kitchen. From the sounds of it, it looks like he's like chopping up some kind of plant.
Mm-hmm.
In the living room, give me an investigation check.
All of us? Or just me?
I'm
I'm
just looking
outside.
around.
Did you go inside?
I just sat there.
So you're outside with me, standing
13.
guard. Then just him.
You not really being familiar with a lot of like the alchemy and druid craft that's going on here, you do notice there is a lot of like bookcases. There's a couple bookcases, and there's just like canned jars of different liquids and different plants. There's like a little stone pestle thing that you crush plants in.
Mortar and pestle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ark.
And
Those aren't days.
and I mean, there's just some furniture. It might be of use to somebody who's familiar with this kind of work, but there's no like gems or statues that would be valuable of any kind. Like it's this guy works here. He lives and works here. It's not like he's not a fancy person.
So in general sense, there's nothing of very much use.
Not
At
to
all.
you,
That's
but
what
maybe
it's
to
for.
someone else.
Oh, the bottom.
You not being a legend of plant craft, probably wouldn't know what half this stuff is. But again, it could be useful to someone.
My nature's terrible. Actually, I think. Oh yeah, all of ours is. All of ours is 13
What would you like to do?
intelligence.
Again, do you guys need anything?
Nope, I'm good.
Potions? Anything else? Random? Should I steal this whole shack?
You might be able to get away with
I
one,
didn't hear
maybe
that.
2 things. Anything else, he's probably going to notice you.
I didn't hear that.
Mind you, if you swipe something, you're still going to have to roll for it, and he might be old, but he is perceptive.
Oh, this seems to be it. I'm just gonna walk down and start closing the door.
Okay.
You hear, thank you, when you're closing the door, like he didn't expect you to, but you did.
Again, I still have some neutral.
And then as you're walking away, you hear clank. The brace bar was put back in place, and you hear footsteps walking away from the door. So you guys,
Self, motherfuckers!
did you guys want to do anything in the town before you leave?
There's
No,
nothing
we're
to
not
do
gonna
in
go raiding.
Chober
the rest
wanted to
of
come
them.
all the way back here to kill all of the remaining ash zombies. I'll say you see in the distance, like across town in the square on the other side of the tower, like 40 or 50 yards away, an ash zombie just kind of
No.
like not noticing you. Just yeah.
Which one of you assholes left that door open?
I think it was all of us.
And all right, so I'll say you guys. I'll say you leave, start heading south. Do you guys want to make camp, or are you walking through the night and you'll rest when you get back? It's been about like 20 hours to get here.
Well, we've cleared out the tavern so we can go in there and camp out. I remember that.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the first time you guys encountered ash zombies. You tried to run away and one chased you while they were killing the rest.
I did not want that ash in my mouth.
No!
Do you guys want to camp in town? Or do you want to like
As
camp
long as
out
we
in
could
the-
barricade doors and not have to fight anything or worry about anything stealing shit.
That would have to be the place where we killed the cultists.
No, there. I mean, yeah, that would be a barricaded door, but I mean, you would have watch anyway, and it's your call. You can leave and start heading back and just make camp like a couple miles outside of town, or you can try and camp in one of these buildings.
The closer we are to our destination, the better.
Okay. We'll move on.
Alright, so you guys, you all start heading southwest back to the main highway along the coast, and I'd say you get about 3 or 4 miles in, and then you go a few hundred yards off the road and set up camp. Who's on watch?
I guess.
You're on first watch. As you guys are, setting up camp, you're doing your own things. You two, I'm guessing, are sleeping. Do you guys set a fire? I'm assuming. No. Okay. No.
I have night vision. I don't care for fire.
She's the only one.
Yeah.
You're asleep, so who the fuck cares? It's more for heat or. in
Did
case
you really light a fire?
Really?
Yep. I will piss all over your fire.
Well, she said she didn't, so. Fuck it. I know the roll. I just don't know the thing. Yeah, no,
The
it doesn't
sound
matter
it
anyway.
makes when you know the glass melting heat temperature, and then you pee on it, that sound that comes off.
So you guys, who's on watch next?
That nice
First 4
sizzle.
hours are uneventful.
Who's what?
Who's on watch next?
I will be.
All right. So after 4 hours, you wake him up and you sleep.
Meditate.
It's
I don't sleep.
Regardless.
meditation, whatever. It is your version of sleep. You are in your own mind.
Damn straight.
In your own mind.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm fantasizing about his companion.
Of course you are.
You didn't
Dude,
see
before
what
the
he
end
said.
of this, he's gonna make a persuasion roll on her, and I'm gonna have to roll to see if that works. I'll say.
I sent that to him.
That's what he thought of.
It was like, is that her?
Okay, so. Yeah, no. So the night is uneventful. During your watch, you're only a few hundred yards away. You do hear a couple late night, like carriages or things holding like supplies going through. It's a major highway heading north to south. Neverwinter's only like 15 miles north. So you guys wake up, you break camp. Is there anything you guys want to do in this area before you left?
Nope. I'm just gonna eat a ration and move on with my life.
All right.
That's probably a good idea.
So you guys all spend the whole next, pretty much the day, getting all the way back. I'll say you guys woke up, I don't know, 5 in the morning. Probably not best to linger around when you're camping. You get up, you head back, and I'll say it's about 7 o'clock at night when you get back into Phandelver. You head all the way south, you reach the Tribor Trail again, and head east, and then you enter Phandelver again from the north. You have been walking for almost 2 days straight.
Okay then.
We need horses.
That would make it faster, but this is not like a relay town. Like, they don't really... Whatever they have might be like pack horses for pulling shit, not like renting to ride.
I mean,
All right, you're back in
we can get a
town.
wagon.
Are you doing anything now, or are you gonna rest? Or
I have nothing really to do in the town.
Are we back in town?
you are okay? I'll say you're at the fork that like a few hundred yards that way. You get back into town, or you can head north to try and go into to find the woods.
South?
South.
No, town is south. You're coming into the town from the north.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you
There's
guys
nothing
are
to do in town.
You guys already know where it is since I just told you, but if you guys are basically here's town,
Okay.
here's castle.
Hmm.
I'll say you guys are at this fork right now.
Okay.
That you can either go south into town or try and head into the woods.
We have no reason to go
So
into
it
town.
was south of where we were, and now we're okay.
Yeah, because
Gotcha.
you went from here back to the main road all the way down.
Okay.
That's a big distance to travel without like a road or something.
Good
Yeah.
lord, why didn't we just cut through the forest?
Because it's a forest and it would have taken you considerable longer to get through.
Because we didn't have
Not
Tober.
me.
And
I am a tree bitch.
You would leave them behind? Teamwork,
I
huh?
could scout.
We don't have Tober and his
Cleaver.
axe. One swing, the forest is gone.
Not that powerful, but he could just like, and down, down,
Yeah.
down, just
You
clear.
can pull a Paul Bunyan.
And then you'll be sitting there going, isn't he kind of going back on his word of protecting the forest?
Yeah, that's why it was comical. So, okay, I'll say, did you have anything you wanted to do in town? Alright, I'll say you guys angle north on the trail, heading toward the forest. It's still quite a few miles away. You don't quite see it right now. And after a few hours, I'll say it's now about 9 o'clock at night, 10. I'll say you just now are getting maybe within... You could see the forest maybe about 300 yards away. You guys gonna keep heading, or are you gonna camp for the night, or... You guys have been walking all day.
I defer to the party.
We'll camp for the night.
Alright, so,
So that we don't overexert ourselves.
just for the sake of not over-describing camping, yeah, no. I'll say that nothing happens. I roll for a random encounter. I got a
Yep.
6 and a 1.
That's why I'm prepping, like, come on. I will get this
So
perception.
you guys
people.
wake up and
Yeah.
nothing really going on. Quiet, birds chirping. It's like 5:36 in the morning. And you guys, what are you gonna do? You are at the you're at the southern edge of the Neverwinter Wood, which is like hundreds and hundreds of miles of forest.
I'll later action and then start walking.
Entering the woods.
Voltaire, would you like to scout ahead for us? You're the smallest, sneakiest little shit we got. Ding, 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 ding!
As he says that, his armor's just...
God, even when you talk, you changle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I fucking scouted.
We'll be following you just way back here. And don't try and teleport like the orcs. That didn't turn out well.
What were you rolling?
I was just rolling my die.
Okay, so you're scouting ahead. I'm assuming you're stealthing.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to roll for that, huh?
Well, you did just roll. You know what? Now I'll take the roll that was 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you did roll it, and then you're just like, no. 2 1s in a row. Wow, nice.
Alright.
But anyways, 15 plus whatever. I'll say you stealth, and I'm assuming you're hopping up into the trees. You're now entering the forest.
Woohoo!
These are... It's a big forest. Like, we're not talking like 20-foot trees. We're talking like 70 or 80-foot trees. And you scurry your way up.
Going from
Give
branch
me-
to branch like a monkey.
Give me an athletics check. Athletics to get up the tree. Strength plus whatever athletics.
That the one that you have proficiency on?
Athletics?
Oh no, never mind. It was acro. Yeah.
Yeah, acro he does because that would be a dexterity based.
14.
Alright, it takes you You've definitely done this before. So I'll say in about 30 seconds you're able to find your way, maybe even stab into the bark to get up there when a handhold wasn't present, but you get up there. You start going from tree to tree, scouting ahead. As you guys are walking, I'm assuming you guys are staying back, or do you want to try and stealth check, or are you guys just...
She also has disadvantage.
Yes.
That's right. We've covered that. No, yeah. I
you
mean,
can try.
I
it is possible for you guys to sneak. You have
I can
disadvantage,
try
though.
being sneaky.
Just roll 2 d20s, or roll twice, and you take the lower number plus stealth.
I'm going to say that I'm not going to
So-
even
see?
try. So,
See, she's stealth.
oh.
Yeah, see, you both rolled great, even with disadvantage. So, you're stealthing through the trees, and you guys are being... You are surprised. From like 20 feet back, you don't hear the telltale clanking of arms. So you look back. Oh, they are there. It's like that absence of sound that you're really used to, so you're just like, what's
So they're
different?
holding a ball bearing. Should
Exactly.
I throw it at him?
What's kind of like when you get really used to a lot of heavy machinery and then it all just stops, but you're so used to the noise that for a second you're just like, something's off, but you can't place it. You're not hearing the clanking of armor. So as you guys start stealthing through the forest, the guy he told you generally where it was, but this is hundreds of miles. So you start heading north, and you're looking around, but there's really no trail here. You are just walking through woods, and it is pretty dense, but luckily you're not being heard. After about 2 to 3 hours, we'll say it's about 9:30 in the morning now. You're in front. You're scouting. Give me a perception roll.
Monsieur.
We should get Brandy into one of
Missed
these
the tray.
days.
So you do not notice much. You are still hopping branch to branch, looking around, but it's thick woods. It's kind of hard to see. A lot of foliage. And you guys keep going. I'll say another hour goes by, and you start to notice the landscape changing. The trees here thinning out a little bit as you go. You're the first one to see it. Up ahead, you get to the edge of a branch, while still covered in enough foliage for you to hide behind. And off in the distance, there is a castle. It is clearly made of stone. Give me a history check.
Who? Him?
You, because you're scouting. You guys are still about 30 yards back.
You say history?
Damn.
History.
19.
So you look and you realize this is not of goblin construction. This castle was man or elf made of some kind.
That's not a surprise.
And it's a stone castle. It has 7 towers. It's
Fairly
a castle.
large.
It's a big old castle. There are trees leading up to it, but it is, because this is a large castle, they've cleared out quite a bit. You guys are just getting out to the edge of the forest. There's still a few pepper trees, but not thick forests. What do you guys want to do?
Out of character, I'd like to just say, too bad Tober's not here so he can lick the wall and tell us exactly where it came from. Because he's got stone cunning. So
You disturbed.
this was made in 1988. Good year. No. Anyways.
I'm following him. She's
Do you
not
see
answering.
anything? You have disturbed the thought. I don't know. Do I see anything?
Do we want to draw the castle?
Is there foliage sticking out of it so I can just lob fire arrows?
No, it's a stone castle.
That sucks.
So
Oh, goblin slayer.
you're not going to burn them all out, unfortunately.
There could be innocence in there.
You think I'm one to care?
So these are
You said
stairs
50.
going
What are you
up,
doing?
and then there is like this platform here, and there is castle door. You guys are like off in the woods over here. There are 7 big towers. It's a very big fucking castle. I'm not going to draw it all.
Does this look like a sentry?
No.
No.
That is not a sentry.
Okay.
There are... Actually, hang on.
I mean, there are square sentries, so that's why I had to ask.
Sorry. Castle consists of 7 crumbling towers of different sizes and heights. But the upper stories are all in varying states of collapse. Some of the walls are caved in on the upper parts of the towers, but no way to get in from the outside that you can see from this angle. Past the wreckage of a pair of sundered doors lies a shadowed hall. Round towers loom over the entranceway, and there are dark arrow slits looking down upon the terrace that is the front door.
Okay.
That is a very
So
small
it's a
castle.
sentry gate. Arrow
Kind of.
slits.
So this front door, there is a big old castle here, and there is a place to fire arrows out of it.
Do we need a tower?
Same on, yeah. And there is also a slit right there.
Oh,
in
right.
that
So
tower.
these are the sentries. Got it. All right.
Yeah, those are the arrow points that people could shoot out of.
There's not one tree
So-
anywhere close to one of those windows. This fucking place blows my ass.
If you want up this
This
wall,
is the front door.
if you want up this wall,
I'm not
Tie a
having you
rope to me.
throwing me.
tie a rope to me. I will climb.
They are not big enough for you to get through. They are just arrow slits. They're like...
I'm not trying to get through. I'm just trying to get up because I do not want to go through the front door.
It's a castle.
I'll go through the front door since everybody wants to be a chicken.
I think I was trying to imply there are...
I'd
But
like
if you
this-
really want to go in the front door,
I am going to scout around this damn castle for another entry.
you... Are you going north or south? This is...
You go that way, I'll go
This
this
is
way.
east. She's going through the fucking front door. That has been
No, he's
established.
No, he's
me.
climbing.
He was talking to me.
It's like,
Are you
tin,
climbing?
tin, tin. Don't do that. Just go that way.
Are you guys really
So,
gonna...
so basically, I'm standing there and he taps on my shoulder. Like, you go that way.
I just imagine you're just like...
It was one of
and
those
after like 5 minutes, you just walk up.
It was one of those degrading moments. Like, all right.
All right, they're all leaving you, so are you going to walk in the front door?
Is it really that bad to walk through a front door?
I'm gonna tell you, a front door is always a bad idea.
Always a bad idea.
So,
You don't even have to play
I
D&D to
think
know.
you guys try and think about the many ways you could get in this castle, or the things your characters can do, or creative ways.
I could teleport.
I mentioned a rope and climbing.
That's what you want to do, but there's a
I'm-
lot you could do. That's
Stupid
not...
fucking strong. He-Man. He-Man woman hater.
I mean, if you want to be a He-Man hater, we could try to, bend a tree back and slingshot it.
All right,
So,
so
don't think any of these are flimsy.
did you guys walk up to the front gate? Like, were you
No.
on the terrace, or are you still like on the outer edge here?
We're still on the outer edge, so we're like on the
Okay. So, what would you like to do?
I don't like how he's holding that owl bear.
Oh no, I'm fucking with it. There are no owlbears in the castle.
Like I said, I told him to go one way, and I'll check the other way. Find entries.
Stealth with disadvantage. Stealth.
Stealth is dexterity. Yeah,
Can I
So-
just listen for one of them to say they found a way in?
that'd be 9.
Yeah, you can wait there if you want. Keep an eye out.
Yes, I have a flare.
Yeah. Let everybody where you're at. Good job.
So, where are you?
I guess he's going this way and I'm
Here
going
are our
that way.
characters.
Okay.
I guess I'll just.
If you're
stay-
going this way, I'll say you're. What did you get? Yeah, you're.
17.
And where's
You're going this
No,
way,
dragon.
trying to not be seen. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Like a ball.
Do you like approach this way and then go around, or do you like skirt
Through
it
the
wide?
woods. Yeah.
Well, the woods will end like back here, but
Oh, okay.
I'm
Oh.
guessing you're gonna skirt around
Yeah.
and then approach. Okay.
Over the hills and through the trees to Godwin's house we go.
As you are trying to sneak, I'm guessing you, which I don't know how you became. Oh, I was like, you're over here.
What?
I'll say you're here just for the sake of me knowing where you're at, but you're not like right in front of the castle. You're at the woods. As you are trying to be sneaky, and you're doing the whole like Kronk Emperor's New Groove, and everyone kind of sees you, but you think you hear a language, some muttering from about 30 feet up, but you can't place it as you're skirting this tower.
I think I fucking got something else.
Okay.
And then you hear some footsteps, but you don't see anything. Give me a. No, actually, no. No, you're fine.
By the way, if I can't, if I end up going beast mode, I can't pick anyone up for a whole minute. Because I'll just light them on fire while they're unconscious. Just throwing that out there.
I'm getting ready.
So, as you go around this tower, there is a whole bunch of rubble here where this wall has collapsed. And inside there are 4 little bedrolls.
Bedrolls?
Yep. And that is a door that I will say is shut.
Got doors over there.
Cool. That is a door. With your stealthing, you kind of peek in. There are 4. Sorry, just double checking. There are 4 hobgoblins that are quartered in this room. They're over in this room, it seems, because goblins are always fighting and they're just fucking sick of it. So they're quartered in this first floor of this tower.
The only good goblin's a dead goblin. Now let's make these goblins good.
Yeah, we had to go with this campaign. After watching that.
So, you just see more wall. The tower goes around, and this is not to size. I'll have to resize some of this. The wall goes around. There's another arrow slit here and here, and then there's a door, some stairs here, and
Stairs lead to the door?
yeah, it's just a couple stairs up. Sorry, 2D. It's not easy. And then another tower, and that's what you see. You're just chilling in the woods. You're just like,
Okay, which one is gonna get hit first?
I can always try to lob an arrow by your feet.
that's what you all see.
Oh, that's what these two see.
Yeah, you don't know shit. You see a castle, and both of them just clank, clank, clank. What are you guys gonna do? You see a way to get in, and the wall is damaged. I wouldn't say it's completely collapsed. It is damaged. You could probably get in, but there are 4 hobgoblins in that room. I'll say about 3 of them are awake, and they're just in there. Like, this is where they sleep. They're just chilling. One of them is asleep.
I'm gonna go rush around and see what he's got going on.
I'm going to go back
Shouldn't you fill
tomorrow.
me in before you do that so I know what the hell's going on? Or do you guys just want
Well, I'm gonna pass right by
So,
him. I mean, it won't be that hard.
I mean, I'm going back to her anyways.
You clank back into the woods, and you get to her. As you're updating her, there's some stairs over there. He just kind of like drops from a branch, just like, "Hey guys."
Ting ting. So, I've got a broken wall. About 4 goblins in there.
Hobgoblins.
Shut up.
They're stronger
Okay.
and taller.
Well, we have an option. We
Shoot.
can either take we have an option to make, a decision to make. We can either take the stairs up to the door or go through your rubble and deal with hobgoblins. I don't know what's over there, I didn't see anything other than stairs and a door.
What did you hear?
Some walking. Mumbling. That's it.
Either way, we're fucked.
Well, do we want
Oh, and I'm sorry, but this door is broken. It's just like there's one door hanging off like a hinge, and then the other one's just gone. You can see in.
Yeah, fatal funnel. Don't want to go for that. Regardless.
What you guys doing?
We should just go through the broken part of the wall unless you guys want to get arrows shot at you.
Who's looking at the castle right now?
I am.
Perception check, please.
She's been hanging out front the whole time.
18.
Yeah.
With you sitting up front and kind of like scaling this out while they were doing their investigating, you see that the 2 arrow points on the towers, you think you see goblins in them. It's hard to tell. It's a little dark, and with your human eyes, it's if they saw it, they'd probably have a clearer view. But
Well, I could notify them and let them take a look themselves.
Yeah.
So,
Let them
guys,
know.
check the towers for goblins. Hobgoblins.
no, these are goblins.
For something, basically.
Wow, he sees shit.
He's like, it is made of stone.
you
see
get a
shit.
1 too?
All right, you're pretty sure the arrow slits are like they are. People are looking out them.
Okay, fair warning. There are goblins in those arrow slits. Let's not be stupid here.
Let's just hide out of their sight for right now.
Well, they can't see you where you are.
We're still in the woods.
In other words, avoid the towers, avoid the arrow slits.
That'd be pretty hard.
There are a lot of them.
This is a castle. That's a lot.
Well, try to be stealthy then, Mr. Clank.
You clank too.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So what would you guys like to do? What is the plan? As far as you guys know, he informed you that on the other side there are more arrow slits, but there is a slight, like, 5 or 6 stairs up and what looks like a door on the other side of the castle.
Well, I'm not making the choice.
Is that how we're doing it?
No. Just
Damn.
decide.
Either way, everybody's saying
How high
goblins
up?
or hobgoblins. Which way do you guys want to go?
How high up was the destroyed part of the wall?
I'll say it's not destroyed, I'll say it's damaged, and think of like, there are open parts of it with some rubble.
Like someone.
If you're careful, you could get through.
Door.
I'm not saying it's going to collapse on you, I'm just saying, like, you would have to, like, get in. It's big enough to get through, it's just, it would take, it's not like a door where you
Is
can
it,
just
like,
walk in.
High up, though?
No.
It's dwarf size.
No, you could be, as a human or whatever, you can get in. The dwarf being a little more rotund but he's not here.
You're still not online.
What are we doing?
Let's just go through your doors with the stairs.
I was going to say, I could pull distraction while you go through the rubble.
That's still 4 hobgoblins.
You're all level 3, I'm sure you could deal with that.
And I'm pulling the distraction. I'm the one that's going to be seen first.
I mean, they're not exactly, like, unbeatable.
Fine. We'll go through there.
Okay.
I'm gonna stealth checks from everyone. You two have disadvantage.
I'm not trying to stealth.
You're not?
Nope.
At all.
Nope.
Then you're an idiot.
I'm climbing the wall.
There's no wall to climb.
Over here?
I mean, that's literally, like, up to this.
Oh. I thought it was a
Wow,
castle.
critical 20 and a
That's
16.
what...
This
Okay.
is, like, 6 steps up and then, like, an entry area.
So-
Like, that, as you're walking, it's, like, up to here on you. It's not
17 and
exactly
20.
near you. You're stealthy. You're not
Okay.
trying to stealth, so...
18.
They both get over here pretty stealthy. You,
like
as
this,
you're
that's nice.
walking, you hear a shout.
Yep, I'm trying to draw all
You
their
don't.
attention.
You
to
don't
me.
hear. You don't know what they're saying because.
I don't know Goblin.
That's what I need. I thought of what I wanted.
Hmm?
Heavy duty armor that's stealth. So,
Duty armor,
magical
that's
stealth.
stealth. Why?
So
If
I
you're
don't.
not stealthy, you're not stealthy. It's fine.
this
That's
way-
why I'm improvising with the fact that I'm not stealthy.
I will say that
This way I don't die.
out of this arrow slit here, you heard shouting, and 2 arrows suddenly.
Do they hit?
One misses you. 16.
17.
Okay, they both miss you, but you get the idea. They now know you're here.
Yep.
More shouts are going. You are now hearing footsteps from the tower. The alarm has been raised.
Okay, before we all
Good.
get royally screwed, I'm gonna cast a bless on all of us.
All right, mark it off, or keep track of your spells.
One spell.
This is what
Slap.
one spell.
So, are you just staying out
Yeah,
there and
this
being a
one's fine.
pincushion, or are you still trying to get in?
Once I know they get in, then I'm going to get over there.
Daggers.
All right.
Who's on?
Are you going in first?
Or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I guess I'll walk in first.
All right. So as you approach the wall, there's kind of like a couple stones in the line that were missing, and you just sneak your way. And you're both stealthing pretty good. I'll say you get inside. You're trying to catch up, but shit.
Don't forget to roll a d4 when you attack.
Oops. For the sake of simplicity, I will say they are 3 of them are heading for the door. Whoops. 1 of them is now just getting up, the alarm having been raised. The first one is this open?
Because of the paint, it's a little sticky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll say 1 is just in the process of wrenching the door open. As you guys are now in the room, but they have not detected you yet. You are now just getting here. Clank, 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 clank. And then your armor, as you try and squeeze in, clang! They have all turned around.
Well, I was gonna. Yeah.
Oh, what were you
How would
trying
I
to
know that they're in?
I'm
waiting
assuming
for
you saw them
something.
go. You were not like that far away.
I was
from
trying to give an opportunity for them to stealth attack first.
them. Okay, well
Yeah.
then I will say you are still up
that's
here,
why I was like, "Hey, you guys!"
heading that way.
I'll try to attack no one. That's not. Do you want to do a roll to see who goes first?
Just go ahead.
Just
I'll hit
make
the...
your attacks and then I'll start it.
I'll
What are you trying
try
to do?
to attack the one that's trying to head for the door.
Well, one of them is at the door.
Oh, the one that's at the door.
Okay, what are you doing?
Try a secret flame of distance one.
Okay.
I guess we're just gonna pounce the guy in
What
front
are you
of me.
doing, Mace?
No, secret.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm trying to think. My brain's not working right. Yeah, before was
Be
6.
18 plus your 3. So I'm
21.
pretty sure you hit.
It'd be 18 plus 6, I believe, is your thing. Yeah, you hit with a 21.
14.
And then 6 is
You
the
do not.
slot. So it's a
I suck at that.
8,
64,
10.
10 damage.
Oh, plus dexterity, huh? So 16, 17.
And now I'm.
You now hit.
So,
I forget dexterity.
So, as you both do this, you are sneaking up to the one right here. You, still over by the wall, just blast out, and this guy reaching for the door and wrenching it open. This bolt of radiant energy hits him in the back, and it hurt. Like, this guy just, like, falls into the door. he's looking a little rough. The other three start to turn around when you are just to the guy in the back.
9 damage.
9?
No. 12.
You're not adding sneak attack, are you?
Why wouldn't it be sneak attack?
Actually, yes, they have surprise, so yes, I'll say you get sneak attack on this.
What's the point of this?
Sorry. So, you
First
said it was
time
how much?
DM.
12.
We're all.
The one in front is looking rough, but you just walk up and dagger, right?
Mm-hmm.
You walk up and you just right into the side of his neck, and you can tell he's just like, oh, and then you just freaking just rip it out and push him against the wall. He's done. He is just bleeding out. The other two turning, the one in front, like trying to regain his, like hold himself up with the door.
Composure! What's going on?
Roll initiative. I will say by the time this has happened, you are now over by the wall and just now getting in.
12. 10?
Yep.
I'm
I'm still working my way through the wall, guys.
Guess what? I'm right behind you.
You got 12, you said?
Yes.
You don't add proficiency to it, right? Just the dex, not strength, dex.
Yeah, it's dex.
So you're 8.
Oh,
I got 10.
I got 9.
that's what
Wow, 10, 9, 8.
Alright, so 10, 9, 8.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll
I just
say...
said my brain's not working tonight.
It's okay. He's probably going to have to leave in like the next, 45 minutes? Jesus. It's midnight. Alright, so going first, this guy who is holding on to like the ring handle of the door and just like barely up, he stands up. I'll say he was like half prone because that thing fucked him up. He turns around and just like, he's got a weapon in his hand, but he goes to make a few steps towards you and just like grabs onto his buddy. Like he's not doing too good.
He's ready.
Like, I'll say that's his turn, just like recognizing there's an enemy and turning around and holding up his own. Yeah. Next to this guy, they both rush over because you are clearly the one who is dangerous here. You just dispatched one of them without even like he is still choking on his own throat. He's gonna die in a matter of seconds, but he is still alive and gurgling on the floor next to you. Dude, Rogue.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
There's
a reason I sent him in.
They both make long sword attacks on you. Does a 14 hit you? They both miss. They're shocked. They're surprised. They just, and the other one just tries to like shove forward like a spear, and you are just like, you're bobbing and weaving there. And like, nope. No. And that brings us to you.
Coolio.
Creep through the wall.
Oh.
Creep through the wall, he says.
I'll say you are at
Creek.
the opening
Creek.
right now.
Creep
And
through
if
the
you
wall.
want, you could use, I'll say half your movement to get through, because that is a difficult
Can I?
terrain kind of.
Can I stab the one through with my lance?
I will say it is just close enough that if you hit, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do it. Lancelot. Ooh. 15 plus things. 3, 5. Right, that's right. 5. 20.
You hit.
And that's the D12. Let's use the metal one.
All focused on the rogue, and here comes the spear right out of the wall.
Yeah. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So this guy's focusing on the rogue, and he just missed and just whiffed his attack. Just this long spear-like weapon just right in the back of his right lung. He just, while like you're ducking and trying to just like, these guys are fucking tall as shit. You're trying to evade attacks, and suddenly the guy to your left just
Stupid stab.
And you get the feeling that his lung has now been deflated. As you wrench it free,
He's done.
he collapses against the wall and is just like trying to take breath in, but his lung is collapsed and he is now bleeding internally.
And I will now move in.
All right. So I'll say you are now through the crevice.
Yep.
And
That's my turn.
you know, I'll say you're here.
Shits and giggles.
And that brings us to the rogue's turn.
Yeah, you ain't gonna like what I just rolled.
Nat 20.
With a 6 on the 6.
So no sneak attack because he is currently on you.
I know.
But, fuck. Pretty
Yeah,
sure it's Myrtleized.
That's 12.
he's dead.
Just
So
Stab,
Him-
die. Swing, swing. Stab,
So,
die.
as you had just like shoved that guy aside and dodged a couple attacks, and the other guy is sucking in air that's not helping, your buddy comes in, and then you just like reverse flip the dagger, duck under the sword, and just like right up through the jaw. And the dude just like really shocked that you did that, like not expecting that, and he just. And then you just kind of like put him right on top of the other guy who you killed, just whoosh. Leaving
I'm at
the
2.
one guy who is like barely fucking standing, trying to hold his weapon, but he's having trouble holding it. Like he's,
Hurting.
yeah. It is now your turn.
I'll move. And
might as well finish him.
yeah, I'll just finish him off. Sacred Flame.
He's in between us and the door.
Bonus action. Throw the dagger.
It's a dexterity thing. Well, the thrown weapons are like strength or dex. Either one.
So that'll be
But yeah, Mr. Ninja Boy.
14.
You miss.
Really?
Ooh.
With a 14?
Did
Yeah.
you do your +4? Your 1d4,
Oh.
I mean?
No.
Ooh, yeah.
16.
You still miss.
Wow. He doesn't have strong armor.
Weak as shit. But strong armor. Motherfuckers.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Brings us to
That
his
was my movement
turn.
and my attack.
He
So
he can barely stand, but he does hobble over to you, seeing as you're the closest enemy.
And he can't go very far.
Attempts to swing his sword. He just kind of like waist levels and just kind of like swings it. 16.
Just falls over himself.
Seven.
He basically just like, ugh, but you still have pretty good armor. It just kind of like ting.
Really?
He's hanging on by a thread. Brings us now back to Spear Boy.
Yeah. We all know what's going to happen here. Oh,
You're gonna roll a 1
Swing
and
and
drop
miss.
your spear.
Probably. No. Hopefully not. 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
No.
14. Still.
No.
Nope.
So you with your spear, you try and get him,
But failed.
but like I will say, you know, you're really good with the spear. You've trained quite a bit with it. It's your chosen weapon, but right as you jab, he like into the wall right next to him.
I feel so sorry for him.
And the spear goes like right where he would have been standing. Is that the
bonus
end?
action. No. Okay. Yeah. I'm done.
Right? It's now the rogue's turn. You guys like. You almost feel bad for this guy. Like you just decimated his friends, and he's barely hanging on. Like he's putting up. It's a valiant fight. It's respectable that he's still fighting. but-
Charge forward.
I did bring a soda.
Dash and wolf.
All right, I'll say you get between those two.
And I sucked.
What was the? Yeah, no. So you get around, and you're just emboldened by the 2 assassinations you just did, and then with your dagger, you're just
I wish I knew there were
see
cold ones
shit?
in there.
Hmm?
I wish I knew there were cold ones in there, because I grabbed me a hot one.
It brings us to the ladies'
Oh, I
turn.
thought you wanted one.
I did.
Ladies'
I asked
turn.
a while ago,
Oh.
so I didn't know they were cold.
Ladies' turn.
I'll tell
Lady
you from my
Mara.
secret friend. Wow, 19.
Nice.
So,
So that's
Plus
not even-
things.
so with that,
Is that your mace?
No, that's the.
what's your alignment?
Wait, what?
She's
Chaotic good. But you're still good. So, you're fine with killing evil things, but seeing how he is just barely hanging on, in the back of your head, you're just like,
I'll do a mercy kill.
yeah, you clutch your little holy symbol that you have, and you're praying to your deity, just like, just put him out of his misery. And this,
Yeah.
it's not full power, like, it's just a little, like,
It's just enough to kill
you
him.
feel bad, and you're just like,
my sword's name
and
is
this
useless.
tiny little bit of radiant energy, just like, this dude, his eyes are like drooping now. He is bleeding, and he just collapses, and he's down. You feel bad about that one, but at least it's over. All right, what are you gonna do now?
Check through the door. Oh, no, actually, I'm gonna scavenge around.
I'll keep guard at the door while he does that.
Are you shutting the door, or are you just?
Shutting
Just-
the door.
No, I'm just keeping it like half open, watching out,
I'll say.
so I can get half cover
Yeah.
from arrow strikes.
Inside.
Bane of my existence.
And
it's inside.
I'll watch the wall. Make sure.
And the wall's outside, but you can. Give me an investigate.
11.
All right, so this appears to be somewhat of an armory. Looking at the room, there is mounted on the walls 5 spears, 4 long swords, 3 morning stars.
What the hell's the morning
A
star?
morning star.
Oh, the
says-
thing with the.
Or no, that's a flail. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
It's basically a
Morning
big ass
star.
mace with lots of spikes.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
right.
I was thinking of the one that was on the chain that spins.
Nope, that's a flail.
Yeah.
I just said that.
But yeah, a morning star. Think of a mace, but instead of just a big
Like a
thing.
big wrecking ball with spikes
Yeah, with a whole bunch of spikes.
on a stick.
That's brutal. And 2 great swords, a fine quarterstaff,
Ooh.
and
I'll take the quarter staff.
What are you gonna need? Okay.
I'm proficient in it.
all right. Picking up the quarterstaff, give me a investigation check.
Well, you have a shield, so
Yeah, if you have a shield and you're going to use that staff, the shield has to be put away, and you won't gain the AC from it.
8.
So are you going to be like using that, or are you just holding it?
Holding it.
All right. Well, you notice the staff surprisingly light. Like it looks very solid, but it's very light. And you notice there is a engraved and stylized feathers along the staff. It's very well made.
Because
And you-
this room ain't useful to me.
Just a shit ton of weapons.
I'll
a bunch of
investigate
non-rogue
later.
weapons.
Well, that's it. That's.
They're battlements.
I mean, there's nothing there. It's I told you what it is. It's a very well made quarterstaff. I'll tell you, out of character, it is not a magical weapon. It's just very well made quarterstaff with a lot of good design on it.
So it's a fancy quarter staff.
You each get 100 experience points.
Cool. So that's now it's 22.
What are you doing now?
I'll check out the hole.
I'll try going through the door.
Alright, so I am going to have to actually resize some of this. So
Okay.
we are not always going to have a complete picture of the castle.
That's fine.
It's a big castle.
Unless you
Yeah.
want to try drawing a large castle on that.
I mean, I do have pieces there, but yeah, that's gonna take longer than
Right here.
necessary.
Thank you.
Well, while you do that, I'm gonna go pee real quick.
You do you, boo-boo. Alrighty then. So I will say that there's that. And there were the 4 beds. There's the door. And this is another room. There's a door here. There's a door here. There is some barrels and shit over here. And then there is like more barrels and shit over here. Oh, righty then.
Yeah, that's why I didn't see your fucking hand. The headlight from the other vehicle across the street.
Hate having the bladder of a chihuahua.
Let's go drinking some more drugstore. You don't have that issue.
Dietary supplement.
Alright, so you were at the door.
I went through the door.
Alright, you just walked through the door.
And I'll be nice and investigate the room before the others come in.
Go for it.
It's a room.
There's a room. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, I don't really care. You don't need to roll for this. Appears to be a storeroom. From the best you guys can tell, it is the remains of several caravans you assume that the inhabitants of this castle have raided.
Is there a keg of powder?
No. There is not.
I had an idea, and it's lost now.
I had a thought, but never mind.
There's no gunpowder anywhere?
Nope.
I'm guessing you had the same idea.
As you investigate,
Make new walls?
old casks of salted meat and sacks of rotting grain fill the storage area.
Rotting grain can actually be used as an explosive.
Among these supplies, you see a bloody suit of chainmail, a heavy crossbow, and an unsheathed longsword with an emblem on it. The emblem looks to be of Neverwinter make, and it is worked into the hilt of the sword.
I'm missing. What is it?
It is not dwarven armor.
Oh, so it's not a missing door. But there's also a
Um,
missing wizard. But that wizard's don't wear armor.
You said it was a skeleton? What now?
No, it's
No.
just a bloody.
Bloodied sword?
Longsword from Neverwinter.
A longsword and
Is-
chainmail.
Chain.
Phandalin?
There is also a.
Isn't Phandalin the other one that's missing?
Phandalin is the town.
Yeah. What? Are you talking about?
I want to do an investigation of the room right straight ahead of us.
Yarno? No.
Yeah, you know.
You mean the one she's in?
No, the one where you got the opening over there.
Well, I'm not done telling you what's in this room.
Jesus Christ. I'm just telling you now, so.
Okay. So, yeah, like I said, you see the bloody suit of chainmail, a heavy crossbow, and the long sword with the Neverwinter emblem. You have a feeling this belongs to someone you know.
The missing companion.
Not dwarf size. But someone you know. Are you taking anything? There is also, upon your investigation, a small cask that, upon closer investigation, is a very, very fine dwarven ale. The goblins overlooked it because of its small size. About
Should we
20
give it
cups
to
worth.
Tober?
I'll grab the longsword.
I'll grab
For
the
sure.
ale and be nice to Tober.
And so
Alright.
the other was chainmail. I can't carry that.
So you take the longsword with the Neverwinter emblem on it. There's no sheath for it. You're just going to have to, like, jerry-rig it or something.
Yeah.
Here's a rope.
Well, I have a longsword already with a belt, so I can just slide it behind that.
Mm. You take the cask. Are you guys leaving the heavy crossbow?
I am not
It is not of
receiving it.
use to me. I can't use anything but light.
Alright. You guys take that. So you are looking into this room, correct?
No, straight ahead.
Straight ahead?
Yep.
I'll just say you're all in this room.
Tell Smeagol to call me on Skype when he's ready. Someone.
Screech. Bugs.
So, let me see here, because I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
How long does your blessing last?
Mr. Rouge,
It's already on. I'll ask
give me an
him.
investigate. Are you going right in, or are you
I
just...
already told you
Oh.
I gave you an investigation.
Oh, I'm
roll.
sorry.
Apologies,
I thought that was... Well, we hadn't entered this room yet. I thought that was this room.
No, I said the next room.
Alright, I'm sorry. Are you just peeking in, or are you walking in?
Can use it next
Just peeking
battle. What that'll
Alright,
do.
so you crack the door just a little bit, and you peek in, and this chamber occupies the northern tower of the castle. There's a stone altar that stands in the middle of the room, covered with blood-stained black cloth. Goblin ritual implements. A
Ooh, a
chalice,
new cloak.
a chalice, a knife, and a censer are carefully arranged on top of the altar. Two archways to the south are covered with heavy curtains.
Did you say a censer?
A censer is like in Catholic things, that guy, the thing's waving around with the smoke and shit.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
The
Um,
incense thing.
Inside,
Do I detect any enemies in here at all?
yes. At the shrine, you see a very grubby looking goblin who is tending, wearing a robe. Seems to be more important than just your standard little goblin. He is attending to the altar, and there are two what would appear to be goblin acolytes behind him.
Those his helpers.
You're at the door. Spearman is like right behind you. You
Like-
guys are fucking rainbow six stacked
If
on
I
the door.
open this door and try to creep around behind them, will they notice my ass?
These are heavy curtains, and I don't know, real stealth. So far, all you did was like the door.
Damn.
That
Man,
is
it ran
cocked, so I'm gonna go with re-roll it. It's on 20 and 14.
I would have just gone with a 14. Would have
Yeah.
made no difference to me. 15. We're
One
at
better.
20.
I like how your stealth is compared to my strength.
I meant to be sneaky. I can always go Assassin's Creed on this and stab them both.
Just casually walk up.
God, I haven't played that game ever.
The other one just kind of stands up. Like, the fuck?
What the hell?
That'd be great.
I haven't played Assassin's
So,
Creed forever.
As you
I'm
walk
playing
in,
Odyssey.
you sneak in behind them. They are all kneeling in front of the altar, and they're all praying, what you assume is praying to their god. You don't understand the language, but they are like muttering and kneeling in front. What are you doing?
I would like to stab the two in the back.
You do not have two attacks.
He has 2 daggers.
I have 2 daggers.
You have two.
What are you calling?
You have two? I thought you had a long sword and a dagger.
Oh, I have 2 long swords. I have 2 daggers.
He's kind of like me.
All right.
Walking armor.
I will say you can sneak up in between them. They are kneeled in front of you.
Godfather.
Make. Well, you don't have the ability to.
Double kill?
I'll say action, bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Roll for both attacks.
I think he gets his fighting style, so he
You
should
get
have.
advantage because you're stealth. So it's just 2 dice, you take the higher
Whoa!
number. 13 plus proficiency plus dex.
We don't have bless.
Oh, we ran
Yes,
out of
you
that, huh?
do.
No, yeah, it only lasts a minute.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll say it's been a minute. Yeah.
13.
What was your other number? Yeah, no, this is higher.
18.
So that's 1. Roll your other one.
Run away, dice!
I'm pretty soon going to make the ruling that if it doesn't land in the
Jesus.
tray, it doesn't count. 11 plus whatever.
That's
Oh!
Damn.
Alright, so the 13... The 13 was what? 13 plus what now? What's the
It was
total?
18.
18.
Okay, so they both hit. Roll the damage on the non-crit. You get sneak attack and whatever damage for it. How are you getting 11? I'm just curious.
My dexterity is 3. That is 2. And I get plus 3.
Okay. So, roll the crit.
6.
Wow.
9.
All
10,
right.
11, 12, 13, 14.
You are at the door because he did open it, but they are not. They're praying. You see him just walk up and just flip the daggers around and just right into the base of the skull. They both die. They both just and then fall forward. And at the noise of them hitting, they had robes on, but they did have armor underneath. At the muffled, the one in front turns around and is now noticing you. Roll for initiative.
Just him or like?
Just all of you. I mean,
Okay.
you're in the door. Are you gonna help?
Well,
You gonna watch him?
He's doing 20. Anyway, he's doing great.
Nat
So,
20. I still need
18.
the.
22.
I got 20 in total.
I got 18.
Okay, so you get. You get this, then you.
I can't believe that worked.
Right?
I was like, go Assassin's Creed on it. Let's give that a try.
Yeah. It's like, fuck it.
So.
Oh,
you're
shit.
first.
I'll make my way in the door and just try and finish off the last one that's sitting there. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, no.
You. What's the
Finally.
9.
Yeah, you do not. You do not hit. So you move forward and just try and spear this guy, but him just seeing his 2 acolytes just eviscerated. He grabs your spear a little quicker than you thought he'd be, and just pushes it out of the way, and then just not like throws it, but just like pushes you back. I'll say you don't get pushed back, but the spear is just like okay. Brings us now to the rose.
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bonus action, Shield of Faith.
On the rope.
So he gets +2 AC. Yes. And
Oh.
that is 1 mark off.
Okay.
So now you have a 17.
All right.
I got 18 anyways.
Are you just stabbing him with a dagger?
Yo.
All right. So you take a step forward and just.
While they're having fun, I'll go to the curtains.
Sneak attack.
Okay. 6.
I'll say he is
7.
threatening him with a spear.
11, 12, 13.
Okay then. Him grabbing the spear and just like pushing it back. You just walk up and he has just enough time to turn to look before you just drive it right into his eye. And he gets like so much force on this that you just like drive him onto the altar. And then just pull your dagger out, and he is just bleeding on the already bloody altar.
Well, I'm at 5.
Yeah.
Sacrifice 2. Double it.
Your AC stays like that for 10 minutes.
Got it.
Okay. The room is...
Well, while they're doing that, I'm going to peek out this curtain over here.
Alright. You walk over, and you look out the curtain.
Make sure we're not royally screwed.
Still standing guard.
You see darkness.
Oh, dudes, one of you guys with night vision, come here.
I'm assuming you're whispering that, not just like, "Hey guys!"
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she's not too far away.
It's dark. You don't see it.
That's fine. So one of these two.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
I'm just gonna stand guard and wait for them. See what they want to do.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I need one of you guys to come look 'cause I can't see in this room. It's dark. I don't have night vision.
You have to check. I rolled low.
okay.
Like, you don't need to roll super high to search a body. Just let me know you're searching for, like,
No,
shit to
he
take.
went out the window. I was saying he can go look at it.
It's not a window. It's a room. It's just
Well, I was gonna search the
Are you guys
room.
just leaving the dead goblins and stuff?
No,
No.
I'll check it.
Alright, well, we'll deal with the loot first.
I got 18.
The chalice,
19.
the knife, and the censer, they're human-made, like, artistic objects that the goblins seem to have just kind of repurposed for their faith. They are worth about 160 gold each. So you have this knife, the chalice, and the incense censer, worth about 160 each.
I'll take the knife.
It's just a standard, like, ceremonial knife.
It's a chalice. And...
Yep, a chalice and a censer. 160 each.
real close this here.
Alright then, so...
We just have to go through the house.
I guess I'll go.
Well, you're looking out the curtain, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so as you, I just need the map real quick so I can actually fucking draw this bitch. Wow. That was hard.
Yup. Ice cream cone. A cup. Beer pong. Anyways.
So. And there's like some rubble here, but it's not a collapsed wall. There's just definitely damage to the wall.
If it wasn't real first. It's just a neighbor.
What kind of damage?
This high, narrow hall looks as if it might have been a part of a chapel or a shrine at one time. Their angelic figures are sculpted along the room's upper reaches, looking down onto the floor below. To the north of the curtains you're looking out of, there's a matching pair of archways, blah, blah, blah. That's what you're looking out of. Between the archways is a cracked but ornately carved stone brazier, which is that square in the middle. Ow, motherfucker.
Do you need me to shut the garage door?
Huh?
Do you need me to shut that?
I don't care. I just said motherfucker because this is kind of sharp.
So these are just windows?
There are heavy curtains attached
so-
to archways, so you're just like...
Okay, so you can walk through them.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
And you see there is a brazier that is not lit, right in front of you. And it's a big old room with some angels and shit carved in the ceiling.
Interesting.
I don't like this place.
Shut up and let's go.
Okay, I'll follow.
Before your armor wears out.
Advance!
We'll go with it's
So
down
we will move in.
Move me! I will check the room on the right.
By the way,
One
Tober,
second.
when you awoke, you found 2 pints next to you.
Okay, yeah, sorry, you're here now, so let me do this. So, you awoke back at the inn, everyone is gone. There are 2 lukewarm pints of ale that were just placed next to you in the room. And there is a small note that just says, "Went to castle to the north. Catch up if you can. Signed, douche." And
So I guess that would be right.
I'm assuming you're going to try and catch up to them.
Get there as fast as you can.
All right, I'll say in the
magic.
time, I'll say you woke up shortly after they left. Where's his figure?
I moved it somewhere. Oh. Yeah, there it is.
There it is. I will say that you know what? Fuck it. I'm not dealing with this. You're here. You have arrived. Yay! Portals and heaven and thank God you're here.
Teleportation scroll.
In one of the other rooms, you found, or who? I'm assuming you guys are going to give it to him now that he's here.
Oh, yeah, give him his.
Yeah, I'll give him his Dwarven ale.
So they found in one of the storerooms a cask containing a very fine vintage of dwarven ale, about 20 glasses worth.
You're welcome.
Poor connection.
Yeah. All right, so you guys enter this very dark room, and I'm going to need.
Why is my camera not working? I see him.
Wait, what?
Oh, wait a minute. It's there.
You need him. What now?
For some reason.
All right, so I need everyone to give me a perception check.
Another one? Okay.
It's a very. You were just. I was having you investigate. This is no perception.
10.
Do I have a plus in
That would be
Hawkins?
19.
Do you have a what?
Do I have a like plus or anything on that one?
I don't know. Do you have your character sheet?
No.
I have 11.
It's on your phone, but perception
I know, but I have to like
Yeah,
actually, like,
his-
start to do it.
+2. You have a +2.
Okay, so 15.
Whatever's coming, I have a 19.
I have a 19.
High five.
Too far away.
Gotta give it best.
Gotta go faster. Gotta go faster.
All right.
Okay.
Who got higher than a 14?
Hey.
All
You
of you?
did too.
Oh, 3.
You didn't?
I got a 10.
All right. All of you but you, considering you are blind in this room, I'll say you had disadvantage anyway, because
It's dark.
there is a stone angel that it looks off.
Like,
Oh, dear God.
How?
Not these things.
Smash it.
There are angels up there as artwork. This one looks a little weird.
Smash it.
It's like 25 feet up. You can't.
I have javelin.
Check the javelin.
Anyways.
As you guys notice,
Throw a boulder at it.
you're all just like, it drops. And what lands is this monstrosity, roughly human-sized creature.
Oh,
And
God, is this a fucking
Get
archangel?
pissed.
no, that would fucking kill you.
Oh, no!
It's a construct.
No, it isn't.
No.
Get pissed.
It is a medium
Well,
monstrosity.
Oh, okay.
Get pissed.
I'm gonna love an arrow. Is this thing made of stone?
No, it has an ability of stone camouflage.
Oh.
It is a, it's just this weird fucking abomination thing.
Either way, I'm lobbing an arrow.
You're on.
Well, it just dropped down, so it's, I'll say, fuck it. It's here. You're gonna shoot it?
Ah!
Actually, you know what? What?
Up near your bag.
I'll be nice and cast Bless on everybody so at least we have an advantage.
Oh no, it was looking like that. It has stone camouflage. It's not. It's actually.
Okay. I was just saying, for
You can use it.
a little finesse.
It just says it has advantage when hiding under rocky terrain, and it was hiding on a stone ceiling with statues.
I'll be nice and cast Bless on everybody so that we're not gonna die.
I don't think this thing's gonna be that bad.
I mean, it's probably not.
By the way, Tober.
Either way, I love to know what.
Either way, I will say, you know what, you said it first. What's your thing?
18, 19, 20, 21,
You hit,
23.
and we're just gonna roll initiative after that because it landed. You shot as a quick reaction, and now everyone's.
Wow, that just ran away.
Wow.
That's 16.
What's your damage?
So,
And you do not get sneak attack because it was dropping to attack you. And
I
you
got
were
a
there.
7.
4.
I think 7.
woo!
4 damage.
Yep.
Oops, that didn't even hit. I wish I would have taken it too because it was an 18. Motherfucker!
Are you technical difficulty?
18. Oh wait, no, that's 13. No.
Oh, you can't cast Bless on everyone now that there's 4 of us. By the way.
And initiative, I am
Unless
at
you're going to use a level 2 slot, which you do.
All right,
have
so you're at
I
20.
think you have 2 level 2 slots.
I have one.
initiative rolls.
Initiative. Sorry. You got a
16.
then you, then the creature. Tober, what's your initiative roll? What was yours?
Hang on, I'm gonna reroll that.
You don't get to just re-roll unless it.
4.
What time did you say you had to leave?
It's some of my
12:41.
All right, fine. But from this end, all I hear is roll.
I said
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
What was it?
Yeah, I know that, but I got first roll of what it would have possibly been if it didn't fall off my head.
What was the roll?
The
The final
4.
roll?
he said 4.
4. Yours was 7. All right. First, the Rouge.
And he has 0 dex, so it was 4. Period.
You did what? 4 damage on that arrow?
Yes.
A lot of 4s going up in this video.
It's your turn.
Lunge forward with the sword.
All right. So you move forward and you try and take a swipe at it.
Nope.
I don't know what's the total. You have not cast Bless yet.
8.
You miss. You walk up and it's kind of this like grayish, just weird creature, and you just miss it. It's kind of agile.
Do you want to use my phone for that? Because my camera's better than yours.
Rude.
That brings us to
Well, it's true.
Mr. Cameraman's turn.
There we go.
He needs to go back away. I was doing better when he wasn't here.
Your turn.
Go here and then javelin.
Oh,
Lance.
righty.
Damn it, Lance.
I'm sorry.
Words. Ooh, that's a 16 plus 5, so 21.
Oh shit. Okay. Hey everybody. I didn't have a picture, so I was just making that shit up. But this is what you're fighting.
Blah, blah, blah.
Ew.
I do not have one of those.
I've seen
Anyway.
enough hentai to know where this is going.
Anyways, 21 is my strike.
That hits.
Awesome. And then 9. 9
total?
damage. Yep.
Alright, so you walk up, you see him run up and try and miss, and you just right into this fucking weird slug thing.
Die, slithery thing.
It's bleeding, but it just like roars back at you with tentacles flailing, and
Die, you
it's
nasty ass
fucking
goblin.
creepy.
It's a goblin's penis.
That's a
It's gone
goblin's
loose.
pet. That brings us to the Grix turn, which is what it's called. You having missed it, it's not too worried about, although it does have an arrow in it now, but that fucking hurt. It is now going to waddle on over to you. Actually, what's its... Yeah, its movement's fine.
I mean, I was like 1 space away. The whole 5 feet.
Alright. It has multi-attack. So it is going to make a tentacle attack at you.
Yep. Hente.
17.
Oh, just hits.
That is going to be...
Oh, is my spell concentration? No. Good.
13 damage. As it comes up and one of the tentacles on its face just whoosh, right into your leg.
Ow!
It is now going to use its second attack, its little beak attack thing, to try and bite at you.
Tentacles and beaks? It's gone too far.
It's going to eat you out, amongst other things.
It misses. It tries to go for you, but you recoil from that. That thing fucking stung. It just snaps at you and just barely grazes off your armor. Brings us to your turn.
Okay. Guys with night vision, cover your eyes. Unless I want to blind everybody here.
Doesn't matter.
Wow. 22.
You definitely fucking hit. Which is...
I mean, I got a 21, so yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry, disadvantage. You can't see.
Oh, yeah. Roll again.
D20 again.
Shit, I should have cast light. Well, that's a 19.
So with the disadvantage, you still hit with the other one.
Yeah.
So you what's the damage?
8,
Yeah, 8.
right?
4,
No, 6.
6.
Sorry.
All right.
One dead also. Oh, no.
So you hear a slithering and some shit going on, and you just like you're in this chapel. You feel slightly connected, and you just and let out this bolt, and in a flash of radiant energy, you see what the fuck is that? But it plows into it, dealing a good chunk of damage, and randomly this slug just like turns to you for a second, and then it's pitch black again.
Yay.
Bringing us to Tober's turn.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Hey Tober,
I'm gonna wreck
by the way, this is what you're fighting.
I'm gonna swing my fucking axe so hard at that thing.
Can you make it there? You are.
You're kind of boxed in right now.
Oh, here.
You can sneak past it.
Yeah, I'll say you get over there,
Yeah.
and
just barely.
go ahead and swing your axe. The axe of fucking tree felling.
Spring Warden.
Okay, plus 13, plus whatever that thing
I
is.
sent you a picture.
Proficiency plus strength
Oh yeah, he's got a
plus 1
6.
because it is magical.
So 20. Or no, he said 15? Because he has a plus 6.
Whatever. You hit. Even on the first number, you hit. So you need to roll the damage for that.
Yay. Which one's the damage one again that I got wrong?
I sent you a picture!
No, I said which dice do I roll?
Yeah.
I don't. Again,
It's a 1d8. I sent you a picture of that
the
too.
diamond-looking one.
Okay, so I gotta look at my fucking thing. Hang on.
A diamond, and then it'll be plus strength plus proficiency plus 1.
There, I sent you a much clearer picture so you can see what the hell you're eating.
Thank you. Okay, so it's this plus what?
Your strength plus your proficiency plus 1. What's
So
his
4
strength?
plus 4.
Plus 4.
What's his
So
strength?
it's
Plus 4? So it would be plus 7 of whatever you rolled.
Oh yeah, because he's got the plus 1.
yeah, I've got 4 on the roll.
Alright, so as you run up, and this slug-like thing, who is just honestly a little terrifying to behold, this thing is about a little bigger than you. And you run up, and this new magical axe that you're just connected to, the longer you hold it, the more you're understanding about it. And even though it's not really reverberating here, because there's a tale of it about cutting down trees, you just bring this thing down on this giant worm thing's midsection and just bisect it completely, cutting it in half. This blood-like ooze just spreads across the floor. Tober and you get just gore on you. You two were kind of safe. You were shielded by the dwarf. You get a few flecks of it, but most of it hit Tober. The worm is dead.
Cool.
Hey, Tober, you killed something.
What? Killed it.
I'm up to 5. What are you doing?
Drinking. Clearly.
Did you enjoy the
So
ale?
apparently Dwarven Ale was the perfect thing.
I guess you enjoyed my piss.
Oh,
poor
did you
ale.
actually drink any of it?
Apologies, I haven't fucking killed it.
Did you actually drink any of it?
Are you gonna drink the Dwarven ale? The Dwarven ale.
Did you drink the pints before you left?
Make sure you let me know when you drink that. For reasons.
I have a funny feeling it's gonna fuck me up.
You're a dwarf. It comes from your own people.
Let's just say, like most drinks, it can be good or bad. Anyways.
He's going to jail!
My body.
So, those are 2 doors?
Yes, there's a door here and a door leading further in.
Again, check the right.
Okay. My right or...
His
This?
right, yeah.
Okay,
That's bad.
you're here. This is the front door to the castle.
So that one just leads to the courtyard?
Whoops, this was actually supposed to go further up. And the door is here. Yeah, basically. It just leads to the front door of the... that should be connected. Leads to the front of the castle.
Do I see anything?
I mean, you see the broken down front door. Give me a...
Yeah, you're all done.
Are you checking for anything other than just looking in the room?
He's being a twat.
Yeah, I'm looking around for anything particular that sticks out.
Alright.
Chinese!
So the doors to the north and the south stand closed. Well, there's a crumbling mound of some stone right over here where the walls are a little damaged.
Do I see any enemies nearby? I don't think I could sneak attack again.
You did pretty well. I found you an opportunity, and then you just made your own.
There's flies in here.
So I'm gonna... Are you I'll just ask again, and this is the last time, I promise. Are you specifically looking for anything? Think you're a rogue in this room. Or are you just like...
Traps, treasure chests. I don't know what they're.
I'll cast
particular.
light so we can actually freaking see.
Alright, you cast light, you see, they see fine.
Yeah, everyone else is fine.
Alright, give me a perception check if you are specifically looking for those things.
Wow.
20.
Alright, even if you weren't fucking looking for those things, you would have found it. And I'm not just saying that, it actually says it's 20, but if you're looking for this, it's like 10. There is a concealed tripwire. Copper tripwire right here.
And that's why you always bring a rogue.
If any creature walked through it, it would cave in. The wooden beams and heavy stone in the area would collapse in that area.
Ooh.
So do you want to check... Oh, well, they checked that door. I'll check this door.
They? Who's they? I'm still
They?
standing back there.
I'm just like,
Like,
hey guys, there's a tripwire right through.
God damn it. My retainers are gonna hate me today.
You're gonna have to pick up the dwarf and put him over the wire.
I'll do an investigation.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh, who lives in a pineapple? I've never
17.
seen you.
I'm trying to see what's in the room, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I rolled a 17 for investigation.
Alright, so this... You know, I'm not going to try and make this, like, super complicated. I'm just going to do... And there is what appears to be like a sheet hanging here. Blends in with the wall very well. Crumbled rock. A fuck ton of crumbled rock. Crumble. More fucking crumbles. And I will say that there's a door here and there's a door here.
There's doors right there.
There's a door here.
You get a door.
There's a door right here. There's appears to be a very long hallway, and it is very collapsed. There is a lot of rubble. There's a little bit of walk space, but there's a lot of fucking rubble in here.
Good to know. So, guys, do we want to go to the courtyard or do we want to go to this room?
Fuck the courtyard. That's a death trap.
There's a tripwire. I already said that trap.
This tower has almost completely collapsed, although the ground floor is still a little open space. There's rotting crates and ancient barrels showing that provisions were once stored here. There's a heavy curtain blocking a crumbled area to the south. To the north, there's a short passage through the rubble. It ends at a screen of canvas. It's a big-ass fucking crumbled mess.
Stealth.
You just do not like using that
20?
box, do you?
It's too small for me.
I mean, okay, you're stealthing. You're the only one peeking through that door, though.
I'm gonna go through the door.
Alright, you're out here. What's up?
Do I see anything around? Like enemy-wise?
No.
Traps?
It is a fucking... I mean, you can check for traps.
Nope.
I mean, there's a lot of loose rocks here, so... I just imagine you being like...
Yeah. Trips, slips, and falls.
Alright.
Do we want to stop where we go?
Probably.
So I guess we stop at this corridor for the night so that AJ can go to work in the morning.
Well, you work in the morning?
Oh, it is 1 in the morning.
I don't work. I go to Pueblo.
Oh, for your house.
I mean, we have... There's only like 4 more little areas. We can get through this quickly if you want. And then we can just do the red brands next time.
Whatever.
Well, what do you guys want to do?
I don't care.
Leave it up to the time crunch over here.
I'm gonna investigate.
Alright.
We can all take in a door and investigate.
I mean,
11.
This chamber has been set up as a crude living space with thick furs thrown onto the floor to serve as carpet. Old trophies are hanging on the walls. There's a large bed to the north and a brazier of coals burning brightly. There's a round table with several chairs stand to the south near the door. There is a... No. Near the table, on the floor, is an unconscious dwarf who looks very badly beaten.
Oh! Is there anything else in this room?
There is a very angry-looking bugbear,
Oh, goddamn.
as well as...
I need the knight! Come here!
teddy ho!
You want me here? I
Did
need
you
to come
really
in
just
here.
go
inside, inside, you also see there is a wolf who is just chilling in what appears to be a female drow. Dark elf.
Shit!
The thing you get mistaken for.
Just because that's where the tile that was closest to me is. I frankly don't give a fuck.
Literally, bear's right there.
It's not a bugbear.
That's Phandelver.
You know what? Maid gets to be the drow.
Cool.
Oh, you could have made
That
this
is what you see in that room.
It's fine. Leave it.
Oh, that's a dude. Would you like me to be nice and cast Bless on the 3 of you?
Might help.
Alright, so you're
I'm about
there.
to probably just charge in and
Okay, I'll cast Bless
Yeah,
on the 3 of them.
double stab into a wolf.
Alright, so they, so you're stealthing in there.
I'm pretty much gonna try to lunge straight into the wolf with 2 daggers.
You know what? I will say you can run in, and they are surprised. Make your attack on the wolf.
Oh.
I'll say with surprise you have advantage. If that's really a 4.
Whoa, much better. Oh.
Well, that's one knife.
Yeah. I gotta roll the other. Well,
Well, I have to verify if he's allowing me that.
You know what? We're about to end. I will say I'm allowing you that. I will look up the rules during the week to verify that, but just go ahead.
if he doesn't have dual wielding,
I don't
it's-
think he does.
yeah. I don't know.
We'll look up the rules on that in a minute.
Basically, the rule is he can't add his proficiency to.
Oh yeah, the
second
second
one.
hit does not get your proficiency. It still gets the dex and whatever. It just does not get
Yeah.
the proficiency bonus.
17.
Where the fuck is it? Yeah, you hit the wolf with both.
10, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So you run in, and you just fucking like both daggers right into this wolf who is like staring daggers at this fucking unconscious dwarf in the room, and you just right into its neck. The muscle was thicker than you expected.
Oh boy.
It's looking hurt. Like you hear yelp, but it is now fully attention on you. The drow backs up against the wall and now notices you, and this big ass bugbear just lets out a roar. Everyone, please roll initiative, because they now know you're there.
Initiative, Tober.
Wow. A crucial 1.
19!
Damn, he beat me.
13.
So that would be what, 6 total?
Just dex. So whatever your dex is.
3.
I have to. I've got to fuck with some stats here because they're different. Anyone above 22? Anyone? Anyone?
No,
No, I got 13.
Where the fuck is it? I know it's here. I'm pissed if I can't find this thing. I know it's back here. Where the fuck is it?
What are you looking for?
You don't know.
Fair enough.
Never mind. Found it.
I was gonna say I got the monster manual back there, but
It will be in here. I just. Oh, wow, that thing actually has a really high dex.
10. Damn it. No.
All right. So, what's yours?
19.
that thing.
Yours.
17.
What was yours again? Oh yeah,
2.
never mind. Tober's was what?
What'd you get,
13.
Tober? Oh, 13. Okay.
13. So I'm gonna go with Tober next, and then mine, and then the two other motherfuckers. I'm just gonna say we have. First one up is the big ass bugbear.
Cleo.
You just stabbed its pet snarl. It is going to charge at you.
Good thing you have that 17.
You're not gonna like this. It has a big ass morning star, and it's gonna try and hit you with it.
Okay. Oh no. That's a 20.
Of course that would happen.
Yeah.
Damage.
I'm unconscious.
He just walks up.
Damn.
You just stabbed its pet twice. It just runs up and goes and knocks your ass out of the room. and lets out another roar.
Well, at least he's in the middle of all the healers.
That is the end of its turn. It is your turn. Death saving throw.
Oh boy. With less.
You succeed.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
Now your turn, Mr. Stabby Spearman.
Well, I will give him 1 hit point from my healing hands. Oh wait, now I have 3. But yeah, you'll get 1.
You got 1.
Stay out of this fight. And
Oh, so let's actually draw in there.
wait a minute. Do I want to do that? Because that was a pretty vicious hit.
Crit.
Yeah. Okay.
If it wasn't a crit, you'd probably still be up.
So, bonus action compelled duel. Come at me, you.
What's the range on Compel Duel?
60 feet? 30 feet. Yeah.
Alright, so what are you saying to compel him to duel you?
I just said, come at me, you.
Is there a save on that, or is it just...
Actually, there might be. Wisdom. Against my thingy, which is like... There we go, 13.
It rolled 16.
Damn it. Alright.
It looks at you and just
On second thought, you're right. He shouldn't have killed Snarls. But I'm gonna charge him.
I didn't kill it.
He's
I
still-
just heard it.
He's still alive
Either
and
way.
pissed.
I mortally wounded that bitch.
Like the teeth are bared and he is.
How big is this doorway? Is it 5 foot or 10 foot wide? Is it a double or a
It's
single?
5.
Okay.
Sorry, bad drawing. Again, trying to hurry
Yeah,
this up.
that's fine.
Yes.
I know. I'm trying.
2.
This is honestly the important room, so you
Okay.
did good. The rest are just gonna.
I am gonna leave its range of attack. Going through the door.
All right. So, you would take an opportunity attack by.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm ready for my next attack already. Whenever it comes around.
$20.
Shit. All right. What am I looking at?
7.
Okay.
So
Cool.
as you go by, he just brings that morning star down and it clips her right shoulder. One of the spikes piercing it. It hurt. Wasn't the end of the world, but that fucking hurt.
Yeah. So
Like you,
14.
I'll say as you enter the room, that hit is what skid you 10 feet away from him. He's just
Fair enough.
bam, and you're there.
all right, and then I'm gonna lance it. 6. Oh, thank goodness for that. 4. Maybe. I don't know. 15.
Does not hit.
Shit. All right.
Still kind of hurting on your shoulder there, a little blood coming out. You try, and it just like grazes him. Nothing. Just kind of skates off his leg.
That's my turn.
That brings us to Tober's turn.
That's right. I gotta mark that off.
I'm gonna go swinging ahead.
What? There's a big ass bugbear in there. There's a wolf, and there is what appears to be a drow. A lady in the corner.
There's a female
I'll
elf
go
in
to the
there.
bugbear. Go to the big one.
All right.
2 spells.
All right. So you go up to it and go ahead and roll your attack.
Fuck.
Promising.
I rolled a 2.
All right. So you go in there and just really, you're loving this new axe, but then you just swing forward and you miss. Just freaking like you. That thing is big and angry, and you're scared a little bit. That brings us to Mara. I'm about to say like no phones at the damn table. No.
I'm already waiting on my attack.
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Yeah. That might be the first thing.
What are you doing?
I'll just stay out in the corridor, look through the door, and try aiming after the bugbear with a.
You'll have to. Let's see.
Stand next to the road.
I do that.
What are you hitting him with?
Big hand ball of light. Safer lane.
Okay.
Big ball of light. If it hits 14,
I mean, 2 of us are kind
19?
of hurt. So.
You hit
so 5, 9.
9 damage.
Yeah, 9 damage.
I'm bad at math, and I'm not going to sit here and make you guys suffer through me doing bad math.
That's fair enough.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I don't care.
Like I said, I'm waiting on my attack.
All right. So as you kind of sidle over, you see the big ass bugbear just beating up your friends and just knocked him on his ass, and you just let out this ball of radiant energy that hits him right in the chest, and that hurt. That brings us to this person.
That says I rolled less than her.
Yeah, they rolled low as shit.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, I got like a 1 and a 2, and one of them has like no fucking dex. So they go up behind you.
Oh boy.
And you get...
There's your milk guy.
Good, because we're almost out of milk and I don't get paid until next week.
It's going to do a slam attack against you. And in this moment, as you just barely get a glance behind you, the kind of attractive drow female is not there anymore. It is a doppelganger. Which, for those interested, looks like that.
Nice.
Oh, there goes my idea.
Of course.
It attempts to slam you, which it definitely hits because it's 19 plus 6.
Yeah.
And it does... 8 damage.
Yep.
That brings us to the wolf, who is going to try and go for Tober.
Which is limping around.
Yeah, it's hurt. It's not feeling too good. And it gets advantage because pack tactics and its owner is on Tober.
Oh boy.
It's going to attempt to bite. Yeah, a 4 and an 18, so I'm going to go with that hits.
He's got an 18.
Well, it's 18 plus whatever. So.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's exactly what he has, so it definitely... Yeah.
24s. 6 damage to Tober. And I'm going to need a strength saving throw from the dwarf.
Okay, so what am I rolling?
A d20, and then whatever his strength saving throw is. Does he have advantage on this? No.
Yeah, fuck's sake. Fucking keep falling off of it. Hang on, I'm sure fucking short now. Yeah, move on. Okay, I got 12. Plus 2 out.
Okay, that is just over what you needed. You're fine. Otherwise, you would have been knocked prone. That brings us to the bugbear's turn. And it's going to attack Tovar.
It's okay, Tober, you're still looking good. Everyone else is kind of hurt. Well, you and Mara are looking good.
13, so it misses, and its rage, it just brings it down and misses you completely. You're a little shorter than it's used to. That ends its turn. It is now your turn.
Again, loving crossbow. Bugbear.
Alright, so you loose the bolt. It does hit. What's the damage?
Its attention's not on me?
It is currently engaged with Tober, so you do get sneak attack.
I pissed off.
7... 10.
Nice hit. Not expecting it and thinking you were fucking down for the count, it just looks up in just enough time for this bolt to just go right into his collarbone and sink in and howls in pain. But he's still up.
I'm
wolf?
just gonna take... What? No, the bugbear.
You're gonna take woot.
Lesser potion.
Alright. 1d4 plus 2.
1.
Shitty. I mean, it's 1d4.
4.
Oh, you have less. I forgot. Does that count on potions?
No.
What?
What?
Why'd you roll twice?
Well, what the hell are you guys saying? 1d4 plus... What?
1d4 plus 2.
Okay,
Plus 2
so
points.
3.
So that's what your house at? Okay.
I'm
Is
at
that the
4.
end of your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, that brings us to you.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's... I mean, one of them is... Actually, one of them is still very, very healthy.
Yes. The one that I thought was a draw.
Oh yeah, I'm out of
I don't have any
those.
good models for that, which means you don't have any good models for that.
As far as we know, I mean, there's always the box.
Right, I've looked there. You know what? They get to be a crazy tiefling demon because that is about as close as I have in front of me right now. It's a fucking gray, mannish looking dude without a mouth.
I'm gonna use Abjure Enemy.
Huh?
Abjure Enemy.
What does it do?
All enemies within 60 feet have to make a Wisdom saving throw or be frightened.
Are you like exploding or what are you? Is that a spell?
So much
It's-
for the new door. The bathroom door.
Oh. No, it's my
Grandma already took it out?
paladin thingy.
Grandma already took it out?
You said
Yep.
wisdom?
Yeah. On all 3 of them, I guess.
What do they need?
13.
The bugbear makes it. He is not frightened. He got exactly 13 with a 0 modifier.
Shit.
Doppelganger made it because he got 12 plus 1. Yeah, the wolf did not. The wolf is now frightened. Cannot move closer to you and has disadvantage on attacks made against you.
And then I'm gonna drop the lance, turn around, and longsword.
Wouldn't that spell count as your action?
It's a bonus action,
Is it?
I believe.
Yes.
Thanks. I'm glad. I'm glad you're the wealth of
Right.
rules here. You said it's abjure enemy.
Avenger thing. Yeah.
Is it like under the paladin or is it like an
Mhm.
actual spell?
It's under the paladin, all the way at the end, basically.
Paladin. I mean, I have it.
No, it's an action. Okay, yeah, never mind.
Man, yeah, great.
So yeah, that's it.
As an action. Yeah,
Yeah.
so, okay. One of them is
Okay.
feared, the other one's got lucky rolls, and one had a lucky modifier. So the wolf is scared of you, but it's not currently fighting you. That
And
brings us
nothing
to
else.
Tober's turn.
Okay, well, I already did my
Okay,
roll.
I'm gonna go swing her again.
Out of bonus action.
Alright, are you swinging at the wolf or at the bugbear?
I have no
Bump
spells.
back, please.
Alrighty then.
I got a 6 plus 12.
Was it 6 plus 7? You miss with that attack. By 2.
Damn it.
Did you roll a 1d4 on top of that?
Oh yeah, you have blessed. Roll an additional d4, the little dice.
Okay.
The triangle.
No, 2.
You hit. Just barely, thanks to bless. Roll the damage.
That's what saved us in the dragon, too.
That's a D8.
It's d8
Yes.
plus proficiency plus
Strength.
so it's d8 plus 7 total.
Okay, so 8 plus 7.
All right, so with that, you bring up your new axe, just at this point thirsting for goblin blood, and you take off this dude's leg and part of his rib cage. The bugbear falls. You killed it. Congratulations.
Yeah, do a
Look at
little
my
dance.
horse.
Have we
This is
damaged the female
amazing.
elf yet?
Nope. And she's a doppelganger. Not an elf. Or it is a doppelganger.
It was.
It was pretending to be a drow.
Okay.
Upload up.
Whose turn is it?
Yours.
Okay.
Can I cast healing hands on anyone, or am I
I'll
not
do
healing?
that.
You can give them lay on hands. Does he have healing hands?
He has lay on hands.
You have lay on hands, which at this level is 15 hit points that you can do with whatever, but you have to be touching them.
So you would have to move out of
Okay,
the wolf's
I'm not
range.
getting one.
If you moved out of the reach of the wolf, it would get an opportunity attack on you.
He has cure wounds, but is that also touch?
He used his action to attack. It
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah. And
So
it's also
you
touch.
can move, but you don't have any other actions you can do.
Oh, okay, never mind then. No, I'll do it.
Your
I
turn.
have to wait.
Is it 21
Someone
to
gave
hit?
me a heads up that I missed.
21 definitely fucking hits.
11 damage.
All right. Okay. Is that it? Yep. All right. So you hit it with radiant damage, and it's weird. This thing is like gray, but looks like a man, and has like no mouth and no hair, and it's fucking weird. I mean, it looks like that.
I know.
And you hit it, and it's just like its eyes go wide. Can't scream, but in your mind, you feel like something's screaming. All right, that brings us to the doppelganger's turn. It is still going to attack you. It's going to
Hooray.
slam you again.
And I'm
He
out.
loves getting slammed.
Probably.
I only have 6 hit points left.
Oh yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Only if it rolls a 1.
No, you're fucked.
Because you crit
It's a
it
nat
plus-
20 and it's 1d6 plus 4. You're fucked. I'm sorry, you're going down.
Okay, I know what I'm
16
doing.
points of damage.
Yep.
It just slams you across the floor, and you are just like over here now.
Oh.
Bringing us to the wolf's turn. And the wolf
Sorry.
Do we lose bless if we?
go unconscious.
I was gonna plan on using this on everyone.
No, because it still
That's
affects
10
your
minutes.
death saving throws. It's saving throws.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure that the wolf.
Duh.
I'm pretty sure the wolf one's tasted the wolf.
Seeing as you has bisected its master, it does see
You can't use that in
Lauren to the
combat.
right, but it goes for
It-
Tober instead because it
It's
wants
a
to
bad
bite
idea
your
to
fucking
use that in
face.
combat
Okay.
because it would.
Yeah,
take,
that's gonna
like,
hit with an 18
40
plus
rounds.
whatever the fuck. Yeah, 18 plus 4, so... You take 7 points of piercing damage from the wolf. And that brings us back to top of the round. Your turn.
I was already ready. Lobbing another arrow.
At the wolf?
Yeah.
I would say you probably have to move into the room to do that.
That's fine.
Alright, so you move right into the doorway and... Is it a crossbow or is it like a bow?
No, it's light crossbow.
It's light crossbow that I gave him.
Cool. So you just... And... What's the... Yeah, 19. Yeah, it's fucking dead. It, like... You almost feel a little bad because you just... And all you hear is... and it slumps over.
Why didn't you do that when I stabbed you?
Dude, the thing had fucking 18 hit points. You brought it down to 3.
It was not looking good.
Normal wolves, dude, have like 10 or 8 hit points. That thing had 18. That thing is a beefy wolf.
Me.
Bringing us now... Or, well, you moved, you did that. Bringing us to your turn.
Just do some info.
Take a
6, 7, 8.
You
Damn.
fail 1 death saving throw. That brings us to Tober!
You either need to heal me or
Yes.
pick him up.
One of...
Yeah.
There you go.
Lauren's down, the rogue's looking a little hurt, and you still have a doppelganger to deal with.
Doppeldanger.
Doppelbanger.
All right, what are you doing?
I'll pick up the paladin.
Alright, so you move a little closer. How many hit points are you going to give him?
Give him 10.
Alright, you have 5 remaining for the day. You are up with 10 hit points. You still can move closer and make an attack if you want to.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, he can, like...
I'm trying to. It's so close to him. But he said, "Yeah, go on."
So you're going to hit it?
Yeah.
Alright. Just for the sake of, like, everyone not being crowded up, I'm going to say you move around. And, alright, make your attack. This thing has a shit ton of hit points.
Okay, so I rolled a 14 plus whatever.
Yeah, you hit.
You still got rid of 11.
You did. 52.
And then
That's
roll my
more than the bugbear.
D8 and I got 6
6 total?
Well, I missed.
plus whatever. 6 plus whatever.
6 plus 7.
14. 13.
Alright, so that's your attack. Brings us to you.
Yeah, if that thing has below 10, I missed.
15.
Yeah, you missed. 15 you hit.
5.
It would be 16 because you have plus 6 with your spell.
Oh, yeah.
5 total?
I haven't even rolled that.
Wow.
Really? In.
Please tell me his
4.
armor is at like 12.
8.
14.
God damn. Yeah.
8 total?
I missed my next attack, so we're just gonna.
Alright, brings us to the doppelganger. And it is going to turn around. You know what? No, you're the one who keeps fucking hitting it. It's going to walk towards you. Tober, you get an opportunity attack against the doppelganger because it walked away. So just make an attack roll.
Okay, so what?
It-
what that,
Roll your 20.
With your axe.
okay.
And
I
my
pissed it
fucking
off.
axe. Yeah, it walked away from you, so you get a free attack on it. So roll to hit the... Yeah, roll d20.
Rolled 6 on that one.
I definitely hit.
I got the same.
You just miss. And now it is going to slam you.
Lovely.
No, it's gonna slam Mara.
Oh.
Yeah, that fucking hits with a 21.
Yeah, because I only have
Easily.
17.
And then that is
What do
a...
you have going on here?
You take 5 damage.
Oh.
Because it rolled a 1.
Okay.
That brings us to... the Rouge.
Not 12.
Alright.
Who
don't do
missed. Yeah. So you just... And it just sails right by it. This thing's dexterous. It just fucking like... That's a fucking
That's
plus
shitty.
4 mod to its dex. This thing's a lithe thing. Okay, your turn now.
The next
Mr.
one I hit at least.
It's
I hit it
almost dead,
twice.
don't worry.
Hmm?
It's almost dead, don't worry.
Oh wait, it moved closer, so I
I
can't.
did 19
Yeah,
damage.
you're
Lance it.
within 5, but it's also... Yeah,
I've done
no.
19 damage to it.
No, yeah, you'd still
I
get
think
hit.
Tober did 8.
But I got 18,
has
19,
52.
20. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say you dropped it and then drew one of the swords you're carrying. And what's the damage?
3 and 5, so 8.
Alright, so you drop the lance, or... You know what? Are you just dropping it, or are you getting rid of it?
Dropping it. Just
Alright, so
straight
just
up. Like,
at your feet, and you draw the sword and just hack into it. It's looking a little rough. That brings us to Tober's turn.
yay! Slay a hoe.
Do you want me to heal people? Do you want me to heal people or do you want me to kill it?
Kill it.
Yeah, we're on a
Yep.
time crunch. Just kill it.
Everyone's doing okay.
Sure.
And only
Okay, I'll
just.
kill it.
Alright, so you move closer to it. Make your attack.
Okay, so I rolled 16 plus below.
Yeah, you fucking hit. Then roll your damage plus 7.
Okay, so I rolled a 4 plus 7, so
11.
11.
With your hit from the axe, this thing just like drops to one knee. It is heavily bleeding right now. But that takes us to your turn, Mara.
Finish her.
18.
Yeah, you hit.
So 3, 4, 8.
And you're just last, like, that slam hurts you. So you just, with all your might, just, radiant energy just explodes forward. And this thing just gets shot against the wall and falls. The doppelganger is dead.
Huzzah!
Investigate!
Yep. We would like to search the rest of the building.
Well,
The room.
Well,
17.
we should just probably stay in the room and then do that next
yeah,
time.
we can search the rest of the castle.
I'm searching the room.
Because
I know.
Yeah.
So searching, yeah, you rolled pretty high.
Oh, I can go to the dwarf and heal the dwarf a little bit.
All right. So hidden under
The one that's
Groll,
kind
which
of
it was King Groll, the
in the
bugbear.
position.
Hidden under his bed is a stitched leather sack containing 150 gold pieces,
22 left.
3 potions of healing, and Gundren Rockseeker's map of Wave Echo Cave, which no one has found in a very long time.
Feel that.
What did he say? Well, while they're figuring all that out, I'll help the dwarf that's been severely wounded that the wolf
Right.
is crawling at.
So you
So, 37 gold.
what do you do? Heal him or
How
what do you?
Everybody, 37.
Okay.
Again,
Prayer of healing.
how much?
It's 2d8.
I'll do it. Or you
So
can.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Alright, so the dwarf gets up. He's looking rough. He's been beaten and abused and tortured over the last several days. But it wasn't like good torture. It was just rough, beating the shit out of him torture.
So he at least now has 12.
Yeah. He's just like
That wasn't waterboarded then.
he gets up. He looks at all of you and he's just like, it's about damn time. Ugh. How did you that? Like it took you this long to find me. It's been like 2 weeks.
Well, sorry, we got other shit we gotta do. And you're welcome for freaking healing your ass.
Hey, what I found is more important than that.
Hey, at least you're alive to tell us.
That is true. Thank you.
Wow.
You each get 125 XP.
125?
125.
Okay.
How much damage did I take during that battle anyway?
A good amount, but not as much as you dished out.
So that'd be 2,400. Is what I have it at.
Alright, what's with that added XP, what's everyone sitting at?
2,228.
328.
24 flat.
Okay, you are all rounded up to 2,400 XP total.
Okay.
And since I know you have to go, we can say pause. We're not camping, we're not doing any of that, we are just pausing at this point.
Maybe a short
You
rest.
Did you say gold?
Yeah.
You got like 30 something, or I forget.
37.
37 gold.
37 gold. Woohoo! Money.
There.